Now, this is going to be the final workshop stream. I assume before the summer update, I assume it's going to come out in May. Maybe not. This is assuming the update's going to be released in May, and my entire month of May is shot because I have to go back out in the field for a class. So I'm not going to have time to do a workshop stream next month. So that's why we're doing an extra long one now. And as always, please do not send maps because I can't really review those on stream. Save those for the end, and we will do our best to probably play them on our stream so we can get an idea of how they play and how they perform, more importantly. So, going to biology class for the next hour and a half. I'll count on you to continue the stream until then. I'm definitely going to be around for more than an hour and a half today, so. All right, keep firing them away. And also, if I miss your link, don't worry. Just save it for later. And when I run out, I'll ask for more. Just like don't spam the same one over and over again, because all I do is I just right click and I open shit into a new tab, and I have like 50 Chrome tabs open. We'll see if it crashes my computer. But yeah. So again, withhold maps, you know. But hats, skins, taunts, unusual effects. Those are all fair game, or whatever else. I think don't they have like community fixes? Don't they do that now too? Like are those even something you can see? Okay, yeah. Before we start, what's this fish tank shit that I'm hearing about? Like I hear tons of people talking about this all over the place, and I don't really know what it is. And I'm too lazy to Google it on my own. So if someone can give me some grapevine information as to what the fuck this is, because I have no idea what's going on. But it's like the new fucking Harry Potter going around, and I'm curious as to what it is. I gotta know. Sam Hyde's streamer house that is live 24/7. Oh, so it's like a Big Brother thing. Okay, yeah, okay. So it's like a Zoomer Big Brother. Okay. People in a house with no technology for 6 weeks. And I assume they're all like younger people, so that adds to like an air of like chaos about them. And they can't leave? Oh, that's fucked. That's rough, dude. Oh my god. Anyone would go insane being inside of a house for 6 weeks. Jesus Christ. Sam Hyde's a riot, man. He's a riot. Alright, let's see. I have like 30 tabs open. Alright, I got 30 tabs open, so withhold links for now. And let's get started, because we have a shitload. Any date for the summer update? We have no idea. We have no idea what Valve's plan is. Going based off of previous years, they usually release the update sometime in between June and August. And they are the deadline, quote unquote, for item submissions for the update is May 1st, but I don't know if that's a genuine hard deadline, and if they're gonna just release it the next day, I have no idea. No one has any idea when the update's going to be. But assume sometime after May 1st, and I'm going to pretend that it's going to release next month, and that's why this is going to be the quote-unquote final workshop stream before that happens. Sounds good? Sounds good? Yes. Summer update, hopefully never again. Don't say that. Like I've been saying in the videos I've been posting lately, I have painfully cautious, tiny shreds of optimism towards. I'm just really curious as to what the fuck they're gonna do, man. I'm so curious as to like why they decided to give us a blog post update for what many assume is just going to be a Summer Scream Fortress, when they didn't need to do that and they could have just done it anyway, right? Because people start dumping skins, hats, taunts, unusual effects normally anyways before the summer update in hopes that they're just gonna suddenly add stuff they don't normally do anyways, right? But why announce it? That's like the wild card factor here that, for some, including myself, indicates that they just might, and do not assume this is actually going to happen, they might do something a little bit outside of the expected Summer Scream Fortress. I don't know. Don't get your hopes up, in other words, but maybe. Oh, dude, yeah, I saw Tyler's video of his fixes. I swear to God, he just randomly picked a bunch of stuff off the workshop and threw it together into a video. Half the crap he picked makes no sense. Some things in there were decent, but most of it was like, what are you doing, dude? Do you even play this game? It's like, oh, God. Anyways, that's enough ramble. It's enough chit-chat. Okay. All right, shall we start with a doozy? Let's start with the doozy. We have an entire collection of skins. Oh my God, there's so fucking many. Oh, okay, well. Let's just start here, I guess. Misinformed. I really do not like the portrait on the gun. That does not need to be there. Remove it, and then I think it would be totally fine. I really don't think it needs the sticker. The colors look fine. I like how they managed to work a purple in there and a pink in there without it being hideously oversaturated and in your face. Like this is reminiscent of Noble Hatter's Violet. This is like this is just like the purple color they have in the game, I think. Something close to it. A bit more on the pink side. It's a little saturated, but it's not the worst I've seen, but I genuinely don't like this sticker. I really don't think it's necessary. References Miss Paul, like, look at this. Like, ew. Oh, that looks really bad. It looks really bad on like, yeah, it's just right on the edge of this, whatever, the slot, whatever you call this. Oh, the sticker is so bad. Ah, and why does it have these lines? What is this meant to be? Is it meant to be metal? What do the base textures look like? I don't think it needs these waves. I think you could have just kept this skin very simple. It didn't need these wavy lines. I would just get rid of them completely and just go with a simple gray. Like, there's nothing wrong with having simple textures like Civic Duty Mark II or Small Town Bringdown Mark II. I think we need more of those in game, actually. I think, given that it's purplish and purplish pink, like you have a slightly warmer color and a slightly cooler color, this gets away with working on both red and blue team. How does it wear? I like how it looks worn a lot more. The wear looks good on this. I'm actually surprised that higher wear is good. I don't like the sticker. It really does not need the sticker. I'm gonna say no because I think the sticker just kills it, honestly. Remove the sticker and then I think it's fine. Contract Killer. I'm assuming this is meant to be the contractor. Ew, so they based the skin off the contractor. I think they need to upscale the main texture. It's too small. The lines are too thin and the circles are too small, so it makes the texture really busy. I don't know what base they use for this. Like it's scaled up on the war paint itself, but it has way too many small details. I think it needs to be upscaled. Have the lines be a little bit thicker. Like on some weapon models, it looks fine. Like it looks decent on the sticky bomb launcher, but the SMG, it's gonna be way too crammed in. Yeah, and also it's meant to be TV static, and you have these really harsh lines cutting through there. That looks really bad. I would have not had the harsh lines going through there. I would have just stuck with a gritty texture. Like grit can look good depending on, even if you have like some Fong masks on there to like make it have like a little bit of shine. But the hard lines going through there to kind of imitate the like that distortion, you know, I don't know what you call it. Like it's like you got bad horizontal hold on your old CRT, TV, whatever you call it. The old TV, you have a bad horizontal hold on. I had a dial knob TV where I had to adjust the vertical and horizontal hold when I was a kid. So yeah, I don't think these lines are necessary. The static lines look pretty bad. Yeah, I know they're meant to be the waves on the contractor screen. Yeah, and they don't work when they're static. It works for an animation, but when they're static like this, it looks pretty bad. It's a really harsh detail that doesn't need to be there. And if anything, if they removed that, it would greatly improve this main texture to make it less busy. That would help a lot. And then they can just stick with this gritty pattern. I'm actually surprised that this gritty TV static pattern looks as good as it does, because typically small details don't translate very well onto a weapon skin. But this actually doesn't look bad. I'm kind of surprised. Imagine animated textures? Oh my god. Animated textures are the last thing we need in TF2, man. Like, there's already enough visual noise in the game with everything going on and unusual effects and, like, weapon skins. If you add animated skins on top of that, oh my god. That's overkill. Truth be told, if they added this one in the state it's in now, I wouldn't be offended. I actually like this one. I just don't think the static lines need to be here, but this one's good. I also like the color palette. We need more weapons that look like weapons, and this cuts the cake. So I actually like that one. It's pretty good. Ruined. I don't like that sticker. Not every war paint needs to have a sticker, and if you're going to incorporate a sticker, you could try to kind of emulate the TF2 painterly style with how you have a lot of signage around the game. That's when you can make something that looks pretty decent for a sticker. But when you have something that has a lot of, I guess, beveling or a lot of shadows and gradients to kind of make it look 3D, it really doesn't look like a TF2 asset, and it's kind of taking it into it looks weird. I'm not a big fan of that. The increasing wear revealing more moss I like, but I think this secondary texture is a little bit too busy. It looks kind of crappy. I would simplify this just to be a simple green. Like, let me, hold on. I was gonna fire up. Let me open up TF2. Let me see if I can find a suggestion. It doesn't need the sticker, honestly. Hello? TF2? There's an update? No? What? Why did my game update? That's weird. That was weird. I don't know. There's no update. Funky. I have no way to, I don't know. No idea. But yeah, that wear texture is a little bit too busy. I think it needs to be a bit simpler. So it's hard to get wearing to an entirely new texture right. Because look, if you look at the primary texture on this, it's a little bit busy to have then have it wear down to another busy texture, and then the sticker just adds more clutter. It really doesn't. I don't like this one, but let me see if I can give some appropriate feedback to improve it. Imagine dropping an update like that. I mean, that'd be pretty funny, but it's not. Any update they put out now is just gonna be, you know, a minor patch or something. I'm trying to think, like, the only weapon skins that we have in the game that have moss, or it's blight, actually, is, what are they called? Fuck's sake, I actually can't. I'm drawing the hardest blank in my life right now, because I cannot remember the name of these fucking skins. Where are you? Harvest skins. Wildwood, yeah. So, like, these skins have, like, this blight on them, but this isn't actually part of the wear, so if you're gonna have it wear down to something that's green, and you already have a primary texture that's kind of busy, then I think maybe you should just go with a solid color. Like a solid color, and then really drop the amount of speckles and detail that are on this secondary texture, and then I think it would look a lot better. Like, if these were just solid patches of color with a light gradient going through it, then I think that would be a lot better. That looks kind of funky. This also has like a weird beveling around the edges that doesn't really fit TF2's cartoony style. The bricks look fine. Why are they wavy? It doesn't need to be wavy. Yeah, and this sticker just doesn't really, it's not really appropriate for TF2 style. I'm not a fan of it. This one needed more work before release, but it's okay. Yeah, Ghoul Blaster's one that does it. Ghoul Blaster's one that does it, so. Valve adds new scripts into your TF2 for new crates openings. I don't. Ew. It looks like cheese. Ugh. Ew. It looks like orange cauliflower. It looks like orange cauliflower. This is pretty bad. Like, yeah. So taking a comic booky style like this and putting it onto a texture in this fashion just makes it look really ugly and really busy. This one needed a lot more time in the oven. It's so bright too. Oh my god. Yeah, this one's a dud. This one actually sucks pretty bad. Oh my god. Yeah, like, ew. It's way too much detail. It's way too bright. It's so messy. having these comic book explosion cloud effects like this, it just does not translate well into a huge texture. I honestly think that this concept it's just a dud. I have no idea how to like improve this one. It looks like cheese, orange brain cheese. Yeah, this one's just pretty bad. It needs a lot more work. It's that one just sucks. That one's bad. Mapped out. Okay, so I've seen several map theme skins around the workshop. Initial impressions, not bad. Not terrible, but it's not good either. Like, color palette's fine, but this one also definitely feels a bit rushed. Like, they could have done a lot more work on the texture to have it a bit more... It doesn't even look like a map. It looks like cobblestone. Like, yeah, it doesn't look like paper either. It looks like cobblestone with footprints and random lines and shit. It looks nothing like a map, and so it just looks like a stone texture. And I think they maybe could have added some smaller details of color, like maybe some light oranges or blue hues, or like maybe make the line red, right, or like something in the compass blue, something, right? It needs a little bit of something. But it's just not. This one's also not very good. It's not as bad as the Rolling Thunder skin, but it's just the execution's fairly poor. I'm not a fan of this one either. Yeah, maybe crumpling of paper, but like there was another map skin that was made that looks really good. It's somewhere on the workshop, and I don't remember what it's called. If someone can find it for me, I will love you forever. If you can hunt down the other map-themed war paint that I'm thinking of, I honestly do not remember what it's named at all. But if someone has the desire to seek it out for me, I would greatly appreciate it. If not, don't worry about it. Hazardous materials. Kind of a lackluster name. Not bad. It's not bad. I think the stripe texture needs to be upscaled a little bit, and the random hazard sticker. Like, see, this is where a fixed sticker orientation would have been very much welcome. Like here, I would have much preferred a fixed hazard sticker rather than random sticker elements just kind of plastered all over the weapon model. That's mistake number one here. The color palette is great. I really like it. I like the concept. It's fine. I think they need to upscale the stripe texture a little bit and make this a fixed sticker rather than a random element, because it just adds random visual clutter that just looks really ugly. And when you have like a sticker cut off like this on like a harsh line on a weapon model, it just looks really bad. So like here, if you had like a sticker on the side of the scattergun or on the handle or on the gas tank on the flamethrower or on the barrel of a sticky bomb launcher or the minigun, I think that would have looked a whole hell of a lot better. Oh, it's got a custom wear too. Is that oil? I think this is meant to be oil. I see more people doing this lately. Where they're adding kind of oil splatters instead of blood or dirt. I really appreciate that. I think that's really cool. It's like a neat thing to add for a weapon. I'm a fan of that. Honestly, in the state this one's in now, I wouldn't mind seeing it in game. The gradient is a little too much. Maybe tone it down a tad, and get rid of the random sticker elements and have a fixed sticker, and then it would be it would be a lot better. And also make the stripes thicker by just upscaling the texture. But overall, I'm not offended by it. It's pretty decent. I'm okay with that one. No. Yeah, this is definitely something that is not reminiscent of TF2's stylization at all. The colors are fine, but we're going back again to this non-painterly style where you have these really weird beveled lines overlaid on a solid background. I'm really not a fan of this one. Yeah, Monkey, you're right. It's way too detailed, and it makes the weapons look really busy. Like, look at this. This does not look like a TF. This doesn't look like a TF2 skin at all. I'm really not a fan of this one. If anything, it's borderline ugly. Actually, it is kind of ugly on somewhat. Like, the shotgun looks good. Like, just get rid of like if this was just a solid stone pattern and they kept the wispy pattern on the wood. Like, if you just simplified one of these textures, right? Either remove the engravings on this one or remove the engravings on this one, and it would be a whole hell of a lot better. But the fact you have two entirely different patterns with a lot of detail as two separate textures, when you juxtapose these things, it creates a really busy and noisy skin. So I think you gotta simplify one of these. You gotta simplify one of these, and you gotta simplify your line work so it looks something more reminiscent of a TF2 texture, and also get that painterly style in there. And then I think it'd be very good. But in the current state this one's in, definitely a hard pass from me. It's not very good. Safari Sprayed. This is just a worse... Yeah, this is just a worse Tiger Buffed. Not a fan. I actually don't mind this texture. The giant sniper really doesn't need to be there. It's really unnecessary. The sticker, like, see, this is the kind of sticker you gotta go for. This is absolutely in that painterly signage style of TF2. Like, if you're gonna make a sticker, do it like this. Let me move my chat window so you can see it a bit better, right? Like that's the kind of sticker you want to do, right? This is absolutely reminiscent of something you would see in TF2. This is a good sticker. Like, this is probably the best part of this skin. This is great. Like, this great. Like, and the color palette's fine too. But the tiger stripes or zebra stripes, actually, the zebra stripes, I guess, definitely don't look super good. And honestly, if you just remove the sniper, was this meant to be wood? Maybe it's meant to be wood. Zebra Balloonicorn. I mean, it's a nifty touch. You can keep that, but get rid of the giant sniper. I really don't think you need that. I don't think you need that. Like, it doesn't need to be related to sniper in any way. Let's see, it's a shame, man. It's a shame that the sticker placement doesn't have this sticker on the gray parts of the weapon model, so you have better contrast. Because against the tiger stripe pattern, this sticker just gets completely lost. So it's going to look pretty bad on most weapon models. Oh, that brown color is a custom wear. I didn't realize. That's not bad. So it looks like they kind of went for this rusted galvanized metal. Is this meant to be like a metal texture? It looks like a rusted galvanized metal. The sticker needs a gray stroke. Yeah, maybe some kind of gray stroke around the outside to help it contrast against the tiger stripe pattern. That would definitely help too. Because, like, look, the Balloonicorn sticker has it. It has this outline to help it pop out from the texture it's overlaid on top of. But this one lacks that. So absolutely add some kind of an outline around this sticker to help it pop more. And that would definitely help us out a lot. Actually, you know what now? The more I'm thinking about it and the more I'm looking at this one, I think this one's actually pretty good. I would just get rid of the giant sniper and then it would be totally fine. Maybe replace blood with dirt? Like, so getting custom wares correct is a bit tricky because you don't want to, like, having two custom wares is already a bit of a dangerous territory to tread into because it can make something end up being a little bit too busy. The rust and the blood don't, you know, they don't compete against each other too hard, but I'm not a fan of it. I think maybe make that like dirt or mud, also brown so it matches the custom texture you have on here. And I also like how this wears down to white. That looks really good. I like that a lot, actually. Ooh, that's actually really nice. Yeah. I mean, honestly, yeah. Long story short, get rid of the giant sniper, put a stroke around the sticker, and I say yes. I mean, even in the state it's in now, I'll say yes, but it definitely needs those two tweaks. And then this one would be like a solid fucking, I don't know. That's like an 8 out of 10. If you do those two changes, boom, perfect. I think. Toby, subscribed. Hello, man. 33 months. You are insanely generous, my friend. No, yeah, the shotgun looks really good on this one. It's weird how hit and miss this collection is. Some of these are really good, and some of these are just really bad. Oh. What is it, man? What is it about leather textures that people just can't get right? This looks really bad. The zipper, too. Oh, and the stitching. Leather textures are really hard to get right and looking good in TF2. This one is, it's really bad. And then you have the random sticker elements slapped all over it. It just makes it look even more busy. Yeah, this is pretty bad. It's not very good. It's not very good. It's not good. And then, like, this is like fuzz or paper. I'm not sure what this is supposed to be. It's like the fur liner on a leather jacket, I guess. That's pretty bad. Yeah, you have a primary texture, a tertiary texture with a lot of details, and then you have like this weird fur that doesn't look like fur. It looks more like grass. on it, yeah, it just makes for a really busy, and the like, it's weird to say this, but this brown is too saturated, if that makes sense. It's like too rich of a brown. I think it needs that, you need to throw a little bit more gray in there to kind of tone it down a little bit, and the zipper looks really bad too, especially because this looks like it just has random orientations. This is obviously not an orientation locked weapon, and they just kept looking for a random seed that would make the zipper, you know, look decent on these showcases. So don't do that. That's a really shitty thing to do, because that's like a false advertisement. Yeah, see, look, it's not an orientation locked war paint, so don't do this. That's false advertising for how the weapon's actually going to look. It's pretty shitty. Don't do that. Yeah, it misses out on that pastel-y style that TF2 has. It's not very good. Oh. Oh, God. What the fuck were they trying to do here? This is meant to be marble, but it looks nothing like marble. It looks like someone blew snot rockets all over a piece of paper. The colors are way all over the place. Too many small details. The colors are all over the place. Yeah. And this is too detailed. I would... Oh my god. How do you... Like... This doesn't look very good. It doesn't need the crabs nor the squares. I would just keep this diamond pattern and... Oh, Jesus, how do you fix this? This is really bad. How can I even... The white is too bright. Tone this down heavily. Make the dissolution bands in this marble, these bits here, make those a lot darker. Like, basically make those dark gray to black, right? Because that'll really help break up the brightness of this skin. Like, here on this pistol, it looks really good. Like, this pistol looks decent, and if they added the darker elements here, like, put gold inlay. Put gold inlay on the white marble, and then desaturate the white a little bit, and I think that would help this a lot. Upscale this texture, get rid of the squares and crabs, and do something about this chocolate brown marble. Just make this black. Seriously, just make this black. The brown looks terrible, and this is way too detailed. And maybe you could kind of combat the noisiness of this by making it black, and so you can get rid of these darker stripes you have in here. That would help a lot. This brown texture looks really shit. Like, just make your own version of the black and gold top shelf on here, and that would look really good. And that would also remove an additional color that just makes it even noisier and busier. But in its current state, hard pass on that one. That one's pretty poor. God, here we go again. With these weird emboss textures that just don't look like... Wow, there's a lot... There's so much going on here. Jesus. Okay, so this one... This is not drawn. This does not look drawn. It might be drawn, but it doesn't... This looks borderline photographic. It looks really bad. Oh, yeah, it's definitely using the macaw base, but you have 4 different textures using 4 different patterns. That makes it insanely busy. Super busy. 2 of these gotta just be a flat painterly color swatch, right? Like the ones you would normally see around TF2. Simplify the hell out of this, man. You don't, like... and again, your line work on here just does not look like a TF2 texture. And this is just like... What is this? It's like you have these weird bubbles. It's like a weird 3D effect that you did in Photoshop that just looks really fucking bad. This is the worst one. This is garbage. Jesus Christ. And yeah, and I really can't find a positive thing to say about this one. Yeah, this one looks like hot ass. It's pretty bad. Yeah. Ooh, I would scrap this, and really, I mean, the main piece of feedback I can give is just really simplify it. It's super hard to get scales looking good in TF2. I mean, Dragon Slayer does it pretty well, right? Like, if you're gonna do scales in TF2, this is kind of what you want to go for. This looks decent enough. Don't do it like not like this. It's like you have little individual stones. It's not very good. Yeah, this collection is really really hit and miss. So ultimately, oh, we got one more. Same problem, except now it's super saturated. Holy God. Yeah, at least here you have two simple textures to kind of help balance this out, but like this dragon head was just slapped into the middle of it. It looks like it was drawn separately than the rest of the dragon's body. It's again using that same type of line work that is just not reminiscent of TF2 textures at all. Ooh, and it's also really saturated with this really bright jade color. I like the idea of a custom wearing down to gold. If you're gonna keep this concept, definitely keep this in there, but you gotta tone down the colors. You have, again, two very busy textures slapped against each other, and that just looks really bad. Yeah, that one. That's another one that is effectively a dud. So what do we got? We got 1, 2, 3 out of 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11, 12. 3 out of 12 get a pass from me. But the ones I downvoted, like this one, minor changes can improve this one. Minor changes can improve Ruined. Rolling Thunder, scrap it. You can tweak Mapped Out to make that one a little better. Hazard materials alike, Pacific Peacemaker, no. Spry Sprayed, great. Leather Jacketed, hard pass. Crab Cartel can definitely salvage this one and make the changes I suggested. Monster Kill and Long History are just trash. Not a fan. Okay, that's a hell of a way to fire it up. And now we're on to this one. So I briefly looked at this one last time, but now I'm more confident in my ability to kind of tweak this one a little bit. Or tweak my critique of this one a little bit to be more, you know, accurate. Currently working on a new Borderlands design, something more grounded than the designs I've done for the Outskirts collection. God, I have so many tabs open, it's ridiculous. So, numero uno, numero dos. So he's making a skin themed after... I just closed it. Where's my Twitch tab? There we go. He's making a skin themed after a Borderlands weapon. This is way too detailed. You really gotta thicken the lines and upscale this. This texture looks fine. Maybe darken the spaces in between the panels here. That would help it a lot. The color looks fine. This color looks fine. But definitely upscale this and make the lines a little bit thicker. And maybe a little bit darker too. Because this is way too small and fuzzy. It's gonna look like shit in-game. But the colors are fine, for sure, for now, but, and this wood metal texture looks okay. And I like the colors overall, but you're definitely gonna need to incorporate a team variant, like, have this be blue as it is now, and then do it to, like a dark red, right? Like, have like a dark red, like a mahogany color. Would look really good against this red, or this wood, metal, leather, whatever it is. That would look good. And then against this silvery, this almost silvery gray, I think that would look good. But yeah, this primary texture needs a lot of work still. But I mean, I say so far so good. I mean, it's way better than the last one you made, in my opinion, because that one just looked really fuzzy and not great. This one's good. Keep going. Keep it up. Let's see. I'll grab these couple of links here. I have so, look how many tabs I have open. I have so many tabs. Oh, jeez. I hope Chrome doesn't crash. Alright, so kill that one off. Warborn Assault Mark IV. Warborn Assault Mark IV. No, dude. It's so busy. Like, just, like, the default factory new looks great. This is totally fine. This custom wear looks like you've dipped the weapon in honey, and it looks really bad. I don't think you need this secondary wear. If anything, if you wanted to have it wear down to, like, another metal texture, then have it be rust, right? This is way too bright and way too saturated. Not big on this one. Much bigger fan of this wear here. This one looks fine. Get rid of the random bullet holes. It's another random sticker element that just makes the overall composition even more busy and noisy. I'm not big on it. I know I've looked at this one, but I looked at it last time, and this is also apparently a Mark IV, so I don't think I've looked at the most updated version. So that's why I'm looking at it again. Like, look at this. Like, factory new, that looks great. This looks fine in factory new, but the custom wear and then the random sticker elements that get added with the higher wear values look like that's a hot fucking mess. Get rid of the bullet holes. Just go for like the classic burn marks that you have on the other Warbird collections. You don't need to chuck every trick in the book to make it look good, man. Like, look at this. Like, let's just go to fucking Killer Bee, dude. Killer Bee is probably the best military-themed skin in the game. Like, factoring new, that's clean as shit. And then you get some wear on there. You get, like, the scratches. It looks like it's got the burn marks on there. Like, this is about as complicated as you want to get. You don't need the bullet holes on there. You got the little bit of blood splatters. You got the char marks. Let's get one with, like, some good burn marks, because I know they're on there. Give me a good one. Give me a good seed with some of those fucking... Yeah, there we go. Like that, dude. Just like that. That's what I'm talking about. That's what you need on there. You don't need no fucking stinking extra bullet holes on there. This is what I'm talking about. If you want to make it look like it's a war-torn fucking, you know, fighter plane, fighter jet, you gotta do shit like... That's actually like a wild seed. It's almost perfectly horizontal stripes. Okay. There you go. Check that out. Holy shit. I just inadvertently found an incredibly rare seed. I'm gonna copy and paste that into my Warpaint Discord so I can... Cool Killer Bee seed. Anyways. Yeah, you gotta simplify this custom wear, man. The colors are great. The details on factory new are great, but if you simplify the wear, it's perfect. You don't need the bee honey, the gooey honey custom texture. That looks pretty shit. Just go with this one and have it wear down to silver, and then get rid of the bullet holes, and then that's like a 10 out of 10 fucking skin. Seriously, then it's a 10 out of 10 skin, in my opinion. But right now, definitely simplify that bit. You can do anything with those seeds? What? Yeah, no, yeah, it doesn't need the custom wear. Just have it wear down to the silver. Yeah, exactly. You don't need the bullet holes at all. We were like, it's just unnecessary. Like it doesn't need to be said. It doesn't need to be said. It genuinely looks gross. I get it. It's like a Payday reference, but we really need it doesn't look very good. I'm not a fan of it. I'm not a fan of it. Honey is supposed to imitate fire when airplane gets hit by a flak anti-air cannon. That's just too saturated, man. Yeah, it wouldn't be bad as a Halloween cosmetic, but no, we don't need more pocket cosmetics or shoulder pets, people. I'm so tired of seeing these. They do nothing. It's not even like good loadout filler. It's just another random object slap onto the player model. Is this only for heavy? Okay, thankfully it's only for heavy. It's like a cute little personification or anthropomorphization, I think is the right word, of Heavy's miniguns, but it's cute. I'll give it that. It's a cute little thing. Like if they had just made like a cute little 3D model prop and just like threw it out there as like art on Twitter or something, yeah, I'd be like all over this. It's a cute thing, but it doesn't need to be slapped on Heavy's player model as a cosmetic in TF2. So I'll do a hard pass. Hard pass. I thought we already had an Jesus Christ. I thought we already had an all-class clown mask, the banana hat. Technically, you're right. But it doesn't look like a clown. Doesn't have the makeup. So. Outskirts Warpaint collection. So, alright, let's take a look at these. Another Warpaint collection. There's so many in here, dude. I'll hold off on this for a bit. I don't want to spend too much time on just, you know, an individual creator's Warpaint collection. I want to cram as much stuff in here as I can, so I'll get back to that later, maybe. Though I will do another one. Jittery Jolt. This one's not bad. This one's actually pretty decent. I would not have the top of the lightning bolt end like this, I would have it taper off on both ends. Have the lightning bolt taper at both ends, and that's the only change this needs, and then it's perfect. Because when the lightning bolt's not tapered on both ends, it looks like you have this harsh line going through here, and it looks pretty ugly. And also, you don't need the smaller lightning bolts in the black. Get rid of those. It's a completely unnecessary detail. You don't need it. Just keep the simple black and gold lightning strike stripes. Say that 10 times fast. Lightning strike stripes, lightning strike stripes, lightning strike stripes, lightning strike stripes, lightning strike stripes. Okay, it's not that hard. But yeah, you really don't need the smaller lightning bolts here. And just have it taper on both ends, and then it would be fucking perfect. That's all you need to do for this one, and then it is completely solid. Then you're done. Okay, we did that already. Okay, so here's a map that I actually played on the other day, so I can give some feedback on this one. Initial impressions when playing on it, the performance is good. I'm not getting frame drops that make my game suddenly go from 120 FPS and then tank to 20. So that already gives this map like 6 out of 10, because so many new maps we get have so much shit thrown in them that my game like chugs along at 40 frames per second when more than 5 people are on the server. So that's already a good thing on this one. It does hitch a little bit when you have a lot of like moving shit on the screen, and like the geysers are a neat touch. I like how they act as jump pads. That's kind of cool. So that's a decent element. The only thing I just despise about this map are the fucking sniper sightlines. Yes, I'm gonna be that guy. I'm gonna complain about the sniper sightlines. First point is fine, but dude, this fucking second point is complete and total ass. Like, what you don't see here is it's a super long sightline that just covers all, like look at this. You cover this whole area with one sniper. That sucks. And and it doesn't break it up at all. It's completely open. It's really bad. And there's a couple other spots that are questionable, like and also this high ground here, like giving red this amount of high ground right at the first stage is a little harsh. I think it needs more pathway opportunities to help blue flank around and give an opportunity to come back around behind red to give them a fighting chance on the first point. And the distance between the spawn rooms and this wall is a little bit wide. Like, maybe just have this be a hill. If this was a hill, more a la upward, and then have this continue to be like this, you know, side pathway, that's totally fine. I like this turny bit. I like the little bridge over it. I think like more little bridges like this that kind of connect normally isolated areas on maps is a neat thing to do. It gives you a little bit more of a dynamic feel. It's fun. Let's see. The last point is a bit shit to push into. I wish I could like load up the... I can do that, can't I? I can look at it right now on stream. One of the few maps that I'll actually be able to like show on stream because I've actually played it and I can give it a critique. Oh, is it not Eruption? What's it called? Zyth, what is the official name? Can't I subscribe to it? Yeah, I can subscribe to it, and then it should just download my game. Aw, map, payload. Oh, I don't have it. I played it. Shit. Oh well, never mind. And I don't want to fuck with it on stream. Anyways, yeah, look at this shit, dude. Look how open this is on the second point. Oh my god. Yeah, that's... Oh, yeah. This last point is really fucked. There's a lot of these rocks and jagged edges and shit just make this area play like dick. And like this weird, like, tiered high ground is like all smashed together in this small area. And it's just, it's like fucking mountain climbing, and it's not very fun. I think the last point area needs some simplification. It's definitely not a horse shit terrible map. It plays reasonably well all the way through. It just needs a few tweaks in some of the areas where it's where it kind of flows a bit better. Yeah, that's a good like here's like a top-down view of this, right? Like you push it into the volcano, and it's just, yeah, you got a lot of random garbage, just snot. No. I don't know. It's like a, can I rate it? I don't know. I wish you could like rate it out of stars. I don't want to like just favorite it, but it's not the worst by any means. It's not the worst map I've seen or played on the workshop as of late. Let's see. What is this? Stiff upper lip. I'm always a fan of additional facial hair options for classes, and all of these actually look kind of okay. These are alright. Do map. Oh, can I do this? Did it behave? Is it going? Did it work? What? Did it work? Hey, there we go. All right, cool. No clip, please. No clip. Yeah, so, whew, yeah, this, so coming out of B, like, look at this. This is a massive sight line all the way across here. So, you park a sniper here, right? You park a sniper here. He's right here, and as soon as he's getting pushed, oh, bye. Like, really? Come on, this is a horrible sniper spot. Have this just be a death pit. Like, that sucks, dude. This is, ugh. Like, you can flank him, but if you even want to push the cart, you're just domed immediately. When we, that just sucks. Oof. Okay, yeah, first point. Okay, yeah, so this area here is a little too far away, I feel, from this first stage. Like, this is a whole hell of a lot of unnecessary area, and I feel like this would benefit from extending this out a bit further and shifting the tracks a little bit to the right. That would help. This side flank is fine. I like that they put cover there. That's okay. This is fine. That's fine. It's a decent flank. This whole first point beyond that is pretty decent. We know what's wrong with this point. It's ass. Moving on. Yeah, so this is an odd... It's an odd area. Like, I like that they put the side flank all the way around here. It's kind of reminiscent of Pier, but it takes you so far away from the fight. I don't know. It's okay. But this area plays weird. The geometry's kind of funky. But it doesn't bottleneck nearly as bad as I remember. Where's that area? Hold on. Yeah, this sucks. Pushing through here is ass. This is a horrible choke point. Even though blue has the high ground, all red needs to do is stand up here. Oops. And then just spam down into the tunnel. It's not fun. Like, that is complete dick, and the only flanks you have are these two tiny hallways that are just easily spammed out too. It's just... Yeah. Yeah. Let me not kill myself again. Yeah, this sucks, because you have option A, tiny hallway, option B, other tiny hallway. It's... God damn it, I did it again! You get my point. Yeah, I don't like the idea of the geysers insta-killing you. I'm a fan of map hazards, don't get me wrong. Like a little bit of damage over time is, like, fine. I'm going towards the first one. Let me just go all the way over here. Makes things easier, yeah. Yeah, it's just... This last point sucks, dude. It's not fun. And then you have all this weird geometry over here. It's just, I would I would not give red this much cover to spam down into the main way where the entire team needs to push. And then I get the 2 tiny hallways to work with just sucks dick. And then you have this little bit of high ground here. So all someone needs to do is just camp out here and then just spam over this rock and they cannot get through this hallway. There's nothing the blue team can do at all. And then option C, oh, I'll just come through this choke. Oh, sniper can hit me from there. I'm fucking dead. Spam from here, I'm dead. Spam from up there, I'm dead. You can do nothing coming through this hallway. So you're just forced to come through here and you die to more spam. Red team needs a few more vulnerabilities or something to make this last point not complete dick to push into. That's the biggest problem with this map, for sure. Anyways, back to these mustaches. Sentry spots are surprisingly not that terrible, but I've only played on this map a couple of times. So, I haven't experienced people's ingenuity with finding places where sentries are not expected. So, bear that in mind. That I've only played on this map twice for like 20 minutes. So, yeah, not all positives or negatives have been worked out yet. They will not add a versus Saxton Hale map. I really don't think that Valve is too keen on adding wacky custom game modes outside of Scream Fortress. I would be legitimately surprised if they added anything that uses VScript to any extreme capacity. Because Valve wants to add things that are usually safe. Crasher was a bit out there last year. Like, Valve normally plays it very safe with maps and such. They went out on a leg with that one, and thankfully to our benefit, because it's a very fun map. But, oof. See, Pastime, was it Pastime? Yeah, Pastime was made by a different development studio that wasn't Valve. And then you had the other game mode, Manpower, which was just made, like, both of those were just like the brainchild, like the game brainchilds from other people that wanted to make a game, but didn't want to make a game from scratch, so they just made their own game inside of TF2. That's what Pastime and Manpower were, and so effectively wacky custom game modes that were not even made by Valve. So, hello, NN, and I love you too, random citizen. I love you too. Okay, so this is actually modeled ew. This is, I changed my mind. I don't like this is modeled. It looks like a dog turd. It looks like a dog turd on their face. And it's like a really cheap, quick paint. It looks really bad. Like, I would have spent more time on not making individual styles, and I would have just made one look good and not modeled like ass. Like, this one looks okay on Medic. Like I think, like, this one is the best looking one because it's the smallest, and there's less nasty model on the face. I think this one's the best one. The rest kind of look like dog turds that were slapped on the player's face. This one's definitely the worst. That one's... Let me look at this one more time. Yeah, it also looks weird on some. Like, Demo, surprisingly looks good. Soldier, it looks like he got duct taped. He had the mustache duct taped onto his face. And Heavies looks really bad. Engineers not terrible, but... Yeah, this one's also, like, mostly a miss, so I'm gonna say no to the first 4 and yes to just this one. They could have just focused on this 2-piece mustache and, like, really polished this one instead of, like, trying to squirt out 5 variants into one cosmetic and have it be paintable in time for the summer update. This one's like a dud. Like, ugh. It's not very good. Yeah, it does. Yeah, Soldiers doesn't align properly with his upper lip at all. It's pretty bad. Oof. Not a fan. Not a fan of that one. Looks weird because the stubble is built into a lot of TF2 mercs too. Yeah, that as well. And so you have like this weird kind of a harsh. Again, it looks like someone just like took like a piece of Play-Doh and just put it on their fucking face. It's weird. Yeah, that not very good. The Strong Man. Here we go. We got another skin. Something nice and simple. Okay. Showcases need some work, for sure. Oh, we got a movie. Oh, we got game inspections. This is rare. Hello. Unfortunately, the quality of his game definitely leaves something to be desired. Dude, he's even playing with it in game with bots. Look at this guy went the fucking extra mile on his skin showcase. My God, most people don't do this. Most people just grab it. Most people just do a few screen grabs like this and then call it a day. I can actually see how it looks in game. Thank you, Hank the Tank, for doing that. That's actually greatly appreciated because most of the time we have no idea how these are gonna look in game. So hey. Oh, didn't mean to do that. So hey, dude, there you go. Pretty good. I can respect that. All right, on to the skin itself. Colors are fine. It definitely needs some texture. And I think it's also like the fact that his screen grabs are just so low quality that I just can't tell what the textures are supposed to look like. And this is also why you should do a Photoshop showcase showing us the high quality versions of the textures so we can have an idea what they're supposed to look like at maximum quality. If this is what it looks like at like minimum quality, it's not terrible, but it's definitely like not giving us a full picture of what this thing could look like. I definitely think it needs something. This main tan texture looks just like a solid color. Maybe that could be wood, or it could be metal, right? You can go an extra mile with one of these textures to kind of give it a little something, right? It's a little bit too simple. It is simple, I do like it, but I think it's a little bit too simple. Is this guy's first go? It's his second go. So he's done 2 versions of this, it seems. He tweaked this one. So it looks like, yeah, so these are just solid colors, and he vastly improved on the second iteration by adding a 3rd color and using a different base. So dude's putting the work in. I can appreciate that. Good shit. But yeah, I think if you give it some more texture, like that'd be a good leather texture. Like if you just took, like if you experimented with something like, hold on, let me get out of here. If you experimented with something like Country Crusher and use like start with that, like pull the Country Crusher's leather texture out of the game files and then experiment with, I can't find my fucking skins in my collection. Where the fuck is it? Hello? Is it here? Other one? There you are. Yeah. So like pull this leather texture or maybe, ooh, actually, yeah, this brass texture. This is a brass texture, by the way. Pull this brass texture out of the game and replace this lighter texture with that. Ooh, that would look really good. Have this be brass metal and then have this be a darker, like, you know, or just keep it solid like metal. Ooh, definitely needs more work, but there's something here. There's something here. He needs to keep working. There's something here. He can make something good out of it. I don't think this guy watches what I do, but let's just like, I would try to add some texture to one or more of the metal elements. Maybe make the lighter tan color into a brass texture. Something similar to the lighter elements on Country Crusher and Type or Tartan Torpedo. Definitely something good going on here. Keep it up. Keep it going, dude. Keep it going. All right, next up. Let's go to another... Ooh. What the fuck? You just took pinups and slapped them onto black. What the fuck is this? Ew. Oh, Jesus. This is really bad. What? He just, like, Googled random swimsuit pinups and then just slapped them on solid black. Yeah. I don't think I need to explain what's wrong with this one. I think the texture work, kind of speaks for itself. Gonna move on from that one. Varmint's Veil? Is this like Pyro in Morning? What? Why is Pyro in Morning? What? I mean, we already have like the... We have like the beekeeper, right? Am I missing something? Yeah, we already have the beekeeper hat. TF2 pyro cosmetic. Was it Hive? Hive Minder? Something like that? Yeah, see? We already have this beekeeper hat, which frankly is kind of shit. I'm not a fan of that one. I don't like that it's black. It's like it almost looks green. See, like the texture work makes it look green in this light. Like I would make it a borderline gray, similar to Pyro's gloves, and not this weird, almost greenish black color. Concept-wise, I don't like it much. What does it go with? What does it pair with? It's very like maybe you could have done a full cosmetic set or something, but it really just doesn't look very. It's pretty mediocre. Yeah, and again, like the color work they opted to go with this just makes it look like it's green as a default, and it looks really bad. Can I go into excruciating detail about orange being a neutral color? Oh, try me. If we stumble across one of the cosmetics that I've seen, then, you know, maybe we can get into that. But like you could have done this. I think like this looks better. Wait a minute. Oh my. I know you. I follow you on Twitter. This looks better. Like, this concept looks fine. Like, make the brim wider and a bit thinner. It looks chunky. The modeling work is a little off. Like, the concept art does not match the final product at all. Like, make the brim a lot wider, have it taper out to be thinner around the edges. That looks fine. Like, this looks great. Who modeled this for you? Whoever did it did a shit job. Like, oof. Yeah, concept art definitely better than the final product. I'm gonna say no, because I really can't even think of a good loadout that this would go with. And they didn't even, like, bother to try to advertise it with other items and make a loadout out of it. It's kind of a dud. It's just not, it doesn't even really fit into the game. I can't think of any other pyro cosmetics that it would, like, fit with. It's just, why didn't you make it look more like this? This looks fine. You could have done that. Why is the default white? The default should be team color. Like, that would help it, like, blend into the rest of Pyro's model overall. Have it do that. The default shouldn't be white, it should be team color. Make it look like this. What the fuck happened? Anyway. Pyro can't go to the funeral. Yeah, he might cremate the body. I see what they did here. I see the joke. I see what they did here. Funny. Invisibility cloak. It's camouflage. It makes sniper go away. Haha. Okay, so one thing I don't like about this. One thing that irks me about full body cosmetics like this is that a lot of people... So, yes, okay, get ready because this is going to be a little bit nitpicky. I do apologize, alright? So, I'm going to be nitpicky. A lot of people expect something from TF2 when they boot up the game, right? They expect for team colorization and other colors to kind of be in the same spot as usual, and this kind of really blurs everything together. I'm not a big fan of when cosmetics do that, when they kind of really model where the people kind of like expect the color to be, because people are used to seeing these things all the time, and there aren't that many cosmetics that kind of tear the models away from that. And when you kind of suddenly present this big wall of camouflage, it might fuck with people, right? And I don't like it when they do that. I like the idea, but maybe instead of having the entire body be camouflage, maybe just have, like, his undershirt be camouflage, or still give him, like, a vest element to kind of still tie it to the normal weapon model. The silhouette's still fine. Like, it's still mostly there. My gripe is that it just completely models all the colors all over Sniper. It's a nitpicky gripe, I know, But that is just a personal pet peeve of mine. Is this the TF Classic Sniper? Is it? If this is the TF Classic Sniper, then, I mean, fine. There's no issue with the concept if that is what it is. I genuinely don't care about that. My gripe is that it's a bit much, a tiny bit. It's my own personal nitpick in that it's modeling too much of what you expect to see on a sniper model. So, not like you're that close to him anyways whenever you're fighting him in game, but it's fine. I wouldn't mind seeing this in the game. I think it's fine. I am giving this one a little bit too much shit. It's fine. Yeah, that is nice. It's not whole body paintable. Imagine if they added a paint region on this. Oh, it would have been an immediate no if they had a paint region on this, because it would have just made it. Wait, is this paintable? This is paintable. It's paintable. See. Don't think you need to have it be paintable. Don't. That tears it away, man. It's one step over the line too much. Just saying. Dignified. Another simple concept. Pie savvy, not squirting out dog shit. That's a shock. Because we already have... What other fucking war paint was it that we have in game that he made not too long ago? It was like Pie Savvy can make good war paints, but then he like squirts out shit like this. Like, what the fuck, dude? Why would you ever make this and think it's acceptable when you make pretty high quality shit like this all the time? Just stick with this. Don't even give Valve the option, dude. Like, you can make good stuff. Don't squirt out garbage. This looks good. It's a really nice, clean, simple model, very reminiscent of Brass Beast, you know? I like how you got, again, like an oil texture instead of a blood texture custom wear. Like, this looks really good. Like, yeah, this is fine. I would not mind seeing this in-game at all. It's pretty decent. I would like some in-game screenshots. Maybe the yellow looks fun. Like the base it looks like a lot of yellow. Like, I wish the brown was here on the knife. I mean, yeah, it's decent. It looks, yeah, it does look a little flat, but I mean, it's certainly less flat than the other. I think maybe they could have added more detailing on the wood to help that kind of pop out more, and then you could keep like the brass and then the other metal texture as simple as it is. Maybe, yeah, definitely add more detail to the wood texture. That would probably help it a lot, actually. But even in its current state, I would not mind seeing this in the game. You know. And a year of subs. Thank you, dude. 1 year anniversary, married to my dream TF2 for dude. Set your standards higher. I'm a few rungs above the bottom of the ladder, dude. You can strive for better. I'm sure many would agree with that statement. This one's fine. I would not mind seeing that war painting game. It's pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah, it does look like the Ironwood war paint. I'm okay with it. I think it's fine. Saw that already. Top trader? Top trader. This just gives the spy and scout a paintable tie and nothing else. I don't like this. The colored undershirt does not do anything for this. I would have just left it white. It doesn't need to be like, I don't mind the fact that the tie is paintable, but you really didn't need to add like another shirt underneath the spy's shirt that gives like another color. This just looks like a missing texture. This looks like void space on the spy's model, and it's just like a flat space. Like this doesn't look very good. I would have just left this as like the default, and it would be fine. And like this is good like a loadout filler. It's definitely not anything fantastic. And yeah, we already don't we have tie? Doesn't Scout have a tie cosmetic? Something like that? I'm not sure. If he doesn't, then fine. But Spy doesn't really need another. It's honestly, I'm gonna say no. It also just doesn't look that good. We already have another tie cosmetic in game that's just like better. So I'm gonna say no on that one, honestly. Psychedelic Slugger Mark II. Of all the fucking war paints that you decided to sit down and remake, Zythe, you go for fucking Psychedelic Slugger Mark II. One of the original skins that, in my eyes, is honestly one of the worst fucking skins that Valve could have put in the game. It is, I mean, I will applaud you. I applaud you for doing this from scratch. Like, you definitely kept the original feel of Psychedelic Slugger on your war paint, but my god, this is just a hideous color palette. It really is. I mean, cute, you added the gradient on here, so that's like a nice element that does remove some of the really hideous camo pattern. But oh my god, this is just it was an ugly skin from day one. Nobody likes it. There are traders that can't even get rid of unusual factory new psychedelic sluggers to anybody. No one fucking wants them. They're so ugly. I mean, yeah, I'll hand it to you for, you know, accurately recreating the feel of Psychedelic Slugger with the nice addition of the gradient. I don't think it belongs in the game. I mean, no offense, but I don't like it. I don't think we need another one. We'll just keep it isolated to the revolver. We already have it. We don't need more. Just kind of we don't need it, dude. We'll pass on another Psychedelic Slugger. We'll go on that one. Don't we have this in game already? I thought we had this one in game already. Did we not? Yeah, I looked at this one a long time ago, and I actually really like this unusual effect. Don't we have this? Listen, we have so many fucking unusual effects in the game. It's impossible to keep track of what we do and don't have anymore. Like, there are so many. Like I said in my latest video, we're facing an oversaturation of unusual effects where they're just not special anymore because there's so many of them. And all unusual effects that we get are limited time runs across all of the cases, not crates, just cases, and then they're locked to the case they came in, right? And so they become even more rare, and they're just lost in this mire of a shitload of unusual effects that, like, don't really appeal to anyone. Like, think about it this way. How many of the original TF2 unusual effects from generations 1, 2, and 3, that's like burning flames, that's smoking, that's aces high, how many of those unusual effects can you name? And then how many unusual effects can you name after the original 3 generations? Probably not many, aside from ones you own, or ones that, like, really stuck out to you, right? I suspect that most people recall a majority of the original unusual effects, but because there's more of them in game, right? And they were around for a whole hell of a lot longer than these newer waves of unusual effects, right? But, like, try to recall the names of any new unusual hat or taunt effects. You can't. It's really hard. Okay, so I should say, excluding, like, end of the line and, like, okay, so unusual effects before 2015, right? You can name a shitload of unusual effects that were put in the game before 2015. But everything after 2015? That's when we started getting a few too many of them. Like, after, like, Neutron Star, whenever that one got put in the game, or Nebula, rather. Yeah, Nebula's, like, the last big hallmark unusual that I can think of before things kind of went out the window with them putting just way too many of them into the game. I'm going on a super long, unnecessary rant. I really like this unusual effect. Like, this is just an infinitely better masked flies. It's just a nice, simple, subtle, unusual effect that just looks nice. Like, this just looks, I like I don't like the fact that it trails behind you. Like, maybe they could shorten, or they could increase the decay of the particle so it doesn't create such a long trail. Or just decrease, is it the gravity or the velocity? I don't know what parameter you have to adjust to make it not fly so far away from the head. It's my only critique on this, but definitely a better version of masked fly. There you go. Yeah, I really like this one. Like, I would love to see this one in game, because this is just like, it also looks like if I was playing on a Halloween map in TF2, this is maybe something I would expect to see, like, around the graveyard elements in game, like fireflies and shit. This is something nice. This is like a nice, simple effect. It's not this hyper fluorescent color bomb with neon lights and fucking flashy stars and community sparkles and shit with, like, 50 recolors, garbage, fireworks, just vomited all over your head that look like ass. This is nice. Give us unusual effects like this. This is really good. Please. I already liked it. I already favorited it, but, you know. Actually, I'm gonna... Sumer update. I'm gonna bookmark that, because if I do inevitably make a video, then I'm gonna probably definitely include this one in that video about what I would like to see inside of an update, because that's just a really good unusual effect. Moving on. I'm reminded of Psychedelic Slugger. I have an idea for an unusual effect. I even got a concept drawn for it, but I absolutely have no clue how to even make the particles or get them to function. You're definitely going to need to get into contact with a workshopper that's experienced with making particle effects. I think there's an unusual effect Discord somewhere. I know they have one for the Emporium, and they have one for skins, and they have one for and for maps. There has to be one for there's got to be one for unusual effects, and they might be able to help you out if anyone there is interested in making that for you. I mean, you're at the mercy of people wanting to pick up the concept that you made, which is, I mean, it sucks. It's a wild card, and maybe someone would be inspired. There is one. Okay, so there is an unusual effect Discord that you can definitely seek out. So, but that's the only resource that I know of. I mean, beyond that, I honestly don't know, because any other TF2 workshop resource that I can think of is just plagued with the worst kinds of people that are not very friendly to new people on the scene, because that's just more competition for payday. So, sorry, that's just the nature of how the workshop works right now. So, like, haha, funny meme, but no, like, I mean, I get it, it's Guy Fieri, but it's really, it's a little too much. It's a little too much, so, it goes a little too far. No, like, this just goes way too far. Like, this is changing and adding way too much to the player model. It's completely unnecessary. It's way too much detail. You're adding too many colors and patterns, and right, like, it looks good, but this is absolutely a cosmetic for something that is not Team Fortress 2. Like, this is looking like items for a different game. This is not Pyro. It's not Pyro. Like, it's just, like, look at this. There's no red here. It's all orange. You can change half his player model into something that is not red. That's not appropriate. This is pink, too. Seriously? Orange is a neutral color, guys. When suddenly presented with this, it's not red or blue. And the issue is not being able to identify that he's not on red team. The issue is that he's not red. It is red team and it is blue team. It is not orange team, it is not pink team, it is not baby blue team, it's not pink team, it is red team, and it is blue team. That is just one of the fundamental design elements of this game that must absolutely be maintained. You can certainly incorporate, like, other warm or cool hues into your work like this, but so long as red or blue remain the primary color, that's fine. That's fine. This is a clusterfuck. Look at this. Who thinks this looks good? This is awful. And then you have this hyper saturated blue. Ugh, this is just really bad. Like, no, like, just a huge no to all of this. Okay, actually I lied. The hat looks okay. Hat's fine. Glasses are a neat touch, but the shirts. What is this? Is it a bag? The umbrella. Why do we need this giant gargantuan thing flailing around on Pyro's back? Listen, as much as I hate Sniper, you have this massive thing blocking the back of his fucking head. You can't shoot him. You can't see his fucking head behind this massive umbrella. What the fuck are you thinking? Seriously? No, hard no. Like, what? No. The fuck? It's like the people who make the items don't play the game. Seriously, like they don't even think about these things. They don't think about team colorization. They don't think about a massive umbrella occluding the upper half of Pyro's player model. Like, what are you doing, dude? God almighty. This is getting old. Sniper camouflage. Of course. Ew. What the fuck? This is so poorly modeled. This is really bad. Oh my god, what the ew, this is so bad. Look at that. This looks really bad. Holy shit. This is... Yeah, that's just really, really bad. Holy shit. I think I looked at this one before. I'm like 99% sure I looked. Yeah, I've seen this one. This is another good war paint. Let me bookmark this one, actually. Bookmark that one, too. This is a cool war paint that just represents the blockades that are around random maps, and it actually looks... It looks good. I would love to see this one added in game. Okay, so I'm definitely gonna make some kind of video showcasing what I think would be good for the update. Skins, hats, unusual effects, a couple of maps maybe, but I don't know when I'm gonna release it. Sometime in May probably. This one's good. I like the skin. Anyways, moving on to something else we haven't seen. Lab coated. Did I see this one before? I don't think if I haven't rated it, this is why I usually give everything a rating, to make sure that I've seen it before. Don't do this. I hate when you. I despise when people do this. Please give us in-game screenshots and do not do weapon. And please don't do weapon showcases over one of the textures. It's very misleading, and of course, it's going to look good against its own color palette. But you really need to do in-game screenshots that show what it looks like in game. This looks like a paint over almost. Like this doesn't even look like game screenshots. It looks like they have adjusted these in some capacity. Slightly misleading. If it actually looks like this in game, this is looking like a different cartoony style that's not really TF2-esque. This almost looks like something out of those Walking Dead games. It has like that weird kind of outline going for it. Yeah, it's like Borderlands-ish. Like, this looks fine without the wear, but these look doctored. Like, these don't look like legit game screenshots. Don't do this, people. Like, upon initial glance, like, Factory New looks fine. The custom wear colors and everything else looks fine. The patterns look fine. But, like, the screenshots definitely make it look like something that's not really TF2-esque. Just fucking do an inspect animation. Do an inspect animation and take a screen grab. It's really not that hard. Like, people, like, go balls to the wall for making showcases, understandably, because most people just look at it and go, oh yeah, that looks good, and they don't really like take the time to look at it and think about it, right? And so if you make a really nice looking showcase and you're not taking the time to show what it looks like in game, because that's boring, right? It's like a screenshot of the game that everyone's used to. But if you do like a paint over and you tweak it in Photoshop and you add some flair, you make them do a meme, it's like, oh yeah, that's funny, I'm gonna vote for it, you know, but they don't even think about how it would look like in game, or if it's even appropriate for TF2, right? So, but I mean, I still think it's fine. I still think it's fine. I like the texture work. I like the colors. I think the concept is great. I'm a huge fan of... Oh, no. Haha, funny meme. Also, no. Like, what the fuck are you thinking? Thinking that this is appropriate for TF2. These are just random seashells slapped onto a player model as a desperate attempt to make something for the summer update that's summer themed that is hideous. Hideously ugly. Like, look at this. This is just appalling. It's so bad. Like, nobody would use this. This is garbage. Like, what are the comments on this? Super amazing. Keep it up. Like, What else does this motherfucker do? Oh my god. Like, this is for a different game. Ew, ew, his legs look like earthworms. What the fuck? It's like, because what? It's like fucking noodle legs. Like, I understand they have to model over the existing player model, right? And so they have to model over Sniper's boots. So they like thicken the legs so it goes over his boots. So you just get this really chunky, cankly Sniper. It looks so bad. Oh my god. I've seen other. Look at the fucking legs. They're thicker than his waist. Oh shit. This is wrong. It looks so bad. I'm sorry, dude, but holy shit. Oh. No. 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 You're like, yeah, that looks good. I'm going to put that on the workshop. Yeah, that's a great thing to add. Jesus Christ. Wow. Oh. Oh, my lord. Rotunda. This is a map I played on. Okay, dude. So, Mapper, if you're here, this is my opportunity to give you a little bit more feedback because I did play this one. I'm gonna do the trick I did a moment ago just to see if I can, like, make that happen again. See how we do. Let's see if this loads, because I also played on this map, and I think it's pretty good, but I think it needs a few minor adjustments to make it improve. So, okay, so this is cool. I've never seen a map do this, where they have, like, a dynamic camera, like, panning across the map, showing it off. I think I got a little bit of a clipping problem here. You see that? Look at that. You see that? You got, like, a clipping issue. You might need to fix that. I never noticed that before. This is a nifty thing to add. I think it's cool. Okay. So this map is kind of big. I think it needs to be downsized a little bit. It basically has the same structure as Nucleus, right? It's a big open bowl, circular in shape, and it's a King of the Hill point. But the two main gripes that I had with this map when I was playing on it is, I have to wait for the timer to reset. Hold on. 3, 2, 1. Come on, come on, come on. Fucking hate this shit. Thank you. Anyways. So, my main gripe with this map is the lack of point accessibility, aside from this one pathway that looks all the way across the point. So if you're pushing into this point, you place a sniper like there or there, and you're just dead, right? And it's a super enclosed point. You come into here and you just get bottlenecked really easily. And I mean, it's fine to have that, but my gripe is that you have no way to bail out aside from peeking out into another massive sight line and trying to run away. So something that I think this map would benefit greatly from are 2 more access points to the central control point on the other side. Like, instead of having this pathway here, maybe you can have ramps that, like, start from down here in the gravel and then come up to the point. And so you have, like, a doorway here and a doorway here. That would really help with point accessibility and create for much more interesting point fights instead of just having everyone funnel across one massive sightline, or option 2, having to work their way all the way around to the top up here. And unless you're a scout or a soldier or demo man that can blast jump over here, these are the only ways that you can get to the point, and it's a little bit cumbersome. So the first people that are going to be able to get to the point and have easier access to the point are people that have to either damage themselves to get there, or those who risk getting headshot almost immediately. That's my major gripe with this map, is the lack of point accessibility. You add a pathway on either side, then, like, this map is like 99% of the way there. The other gripe that I have with this map is that this outer ring is pretty fucking big, and then you have, like, this secondary ring that then brings you to the point. And because you have lack of access to the point, like, once you fall down here, you're fucked, and then you have to go all the way back around and up to get back up to the point, right? Or whatever other pathways they have. Like, once you fall down here, you're screwed, and I hate that. So if you add pathways that can take you back up to the point, or even like 2 ramps that come up this way that maybe go underneath this door, then that would really help improve and let players, you know, enjoy the verticality on this, and it would be a lot more fun. Next Again, these spaces back here, the map is a little bit too big. Something about Nucleus is that everything's kind of compressed down. So people are kind of going onto the point, right? And you don't really have a lot of action going on in these big open areas. And because when you oh, fuck. When you come out of spawn, you end up going so far away and around that it takes a lot of time to find anybody and actually engage in a fight, which is kind of annoying. So you spend a lot of time looking for people to actually shoot people, and in my opinion, it's not very fun. That's why I'm a fan of more enclosed maps like Dust Bowl or Junction, or maps that have a bit more tighter gameplay. This is a little bit too open, and then of course, as a result, it naturally favors Sniper. You do have some pretty egregious sight lines, but then naturally that is just the nature of, you know, a big open bowl like this. But then if you had pathways going on either side, maybe some cover to kind of break up how open this is, then that would kind of help, you know, chop up these big, massive open areas, and also maybe improve your performance on this map a little bit. Also an issue is the map's performance. Again, the nature of it being so big and open is that you have pretty mediocre performance because you're just inside of a big open area, so a lot of the map has to load, and so you have frame rate issues, especially on like lower end PCs. I understand that mappers can't necessarily accommodate for everyone's PC build, but that is still a concern to take into when it comes to optimizing the gameplay. Let's see. And yes, I like the trains. The trains are nice. Also the oil slick is a nice touch. This is a nifty thing. But yeah, I think this map could benefit from shrinking down these areas a little bit and adding pathways up to the point on either side. I like this broken up high ground that you can get to. This makes for some interesting plays, and you can get over to the point, and it's a lot of fun that way. But the fact that your main access is just this one strip with limited cover, aside from this thing, yeah. But overall, this is like even as it is now, it's like a 6.5, 7 out of 10 map. It's actually really fun. Like, I was playing on it, it was really fun. Do the colors look too muted? No, I think the colors are fine. I think the map looks very good. The map looks good, it plays reasonably well. But, very nice style, though. Could be better. Yeah, it could definitely use some polishing, for sure. But, right now, I'm a little bit more concerned about how it plays. And then, of course, the aesthetics can be tweaked later on. Also, the train moves, which is cute. Like, out here, looks like a TF2 map. Coming here, it's a bit busy. But that's honestly like a minor nitpick. It's genuinely a minor nitpick, doesn't matter at this stage. But yeah, definitely, I think you could definitely kind of tighten up some of these spots and kind of squeeze it down a little bit so you're not spending forever trying to fight somebody to fight. Like, if you reduce the map's size by like 15%, if that makes any sense, the overall area by like 15%, it would be so much better, in my opinion. In my opinion. Yeah, so there you go. There is Rotunda. Decent map. Decent map. On the topic of chunky arms and legs, I tried making a short-sleeved soldier shirt, but trying to make soldier with exposed forearms is very hard to make, though. And make it not look like he's got sausage arms. Yeah, because, again, you have to model over the existing model. Yeah, I know, I saw the cosmetic set you were working on? No. Yes, let's confuse people even more by making them look like they're on fire. And I like how they have these particle animations next to each other to, like, make the argument, oh, this doesn't look like a player's on fire. But at a glance, when you're playing the game in the midst of everything else going on, it looks like they're on fire. This is going to fuck with people immensely, especially on red team, right? Because blue, at least you have, like, the color aspect to work with to help you to discern whether or not someone's on fire. But this is not a good idea. This is not the right kind of particle effect to make for TF2. This will absolutely negatively detract from the gameplay. This is simply unacceptable. Do not do this. You thought it was a fire particle reskin at first? No, it was an unusual effect, wasn't it? Yeah, it's an unusual effect. He even says inextinguishable. Imagine, you know, you have less experienced players with untrained eyes playing Pyro, spamming air blast. Like, why is my teammate not being extinguished? Why is he not being put out? That's gonna... if you can think of one instance where it will negatively detract from gameplay, your item should not be added to TF2. Yes, that's nitpicky, but if it can be circumvented, do it. And if it negatively detracts from gameplay, and especially if something as egregious as this, no. Simply no. Hard pass. Let's see. My music stopped. Why is this? Yes, but I'm going to play a different playlist now. Do I have more? Here we go. Let's see. We got a few more links here that I can look through before I will take a quick break, and then we can continue. This looks weird. This doesn't look very good. It's chunky. Like, don't do this. This is a paint over, and it's extremely misleading. This is the first thing people see. They look at this, oh, it looks great. Because he had to paint over the entire model to make the cosmetic look like it fits with the rest of the model. And then when you look at it in game, it's this really weird, smooth, bulbous, chunky thing that looks really bad against the rest of the Spy's player model. Incredibly misleading, stupid thing to do. And it just looks bad. This isn't very good. Hard pass. Sorry. Just a blob. Just a blob. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this. Like, okay, listen. Execution-wise, pretty ugly. The paint on the helmet is not very well done. Like, they could have obviously done a better execution job on doing the concept. But the concept itself, I'm kind of iffy on. Maybe it could work. Maybe it could work, but it looks odd. If maybe a better execution could have made this appeal to me a bit more, but this looks weird. Yeah, this looks odd. This is pretty ugly, and I'm not a fan of that one at all. It just looks pretty shit, honestly. But I like the green one, honestly. I think the green one's okay. I don't like the idea of, painting over an existing element on the player model and changing nothing else is a little odd. Maybe it can work, but in this instance, it's not very good. And at this point, we already have the Cloud Crasher. I think that's what the green helmet's called. We already have the Cloud Crasher that fills in this slot. So it's not very good. I think the execution is just poor. I think they could have done more. They could have done an entirely new model. I think, honestly, like, this idea of giving a yellow helmet, it just doesn't look right on Soldier. It's so bright, and, like, the checker pattern doesn't break it up enough, so it just looks really ugly. Like, it looks like they took the missing texture and swapped out pink for yellow. And so it's really eye-catching, it's really busy, and it's really ugly, right? Which is what the missing texture is supposed to do, right? It's supposed to be ugly and eye-catching, so you look at it and go, oh, fuck, something is missing. This is almost perfectly reminiscent of that, except it's yellow. So it looks pretty bad. And, like, the way it's painted on doesn't look like TF2's painterly style. It didn't need this small of details all over it. You could have just made it a little more simple. I like the straps. The straps are nice. But the execution's fairly poor. I'm not big on it. I don't know why Valve doesn't straight up hire you to curate items for the game. You look at so many aspects of a cosmetic and what it would contribute to the game. You're a stickler, and that's a good thing. I hate that he gets so much shit from it from immature internet freaks. If I wasn't a uni student, I'd love to donate. Don't worry about it, dude. I don't care. I mean, not that I don't care about what you're saying, but you don't need to give me money. However, I live paycheck to paycheck. Same thing. But please keep up the good work. You're awesome, because somebody at Valve takes a look, I assume, at what I critique. I mean, I'm just fed up with the garbage in the game, and I'm just sharing my opinions, and I mean, I'm happy that you agree. I'm happy that your comment makes me happy, and it is unfortunate that Valve doesn't take more care when it comes to selecting items, and the fact that we as the players have to like go out of our way and like say, hey, what are you doing? You know, like, what are you doing, man? And it is frustrating that people do get as angry with me as they do by just like, hey, your hat looks like trash. You know, it's like, apparently even like, oh, hey, your hat is shit. Like, apparently saying that is a crime now, and I'm demonized to no end because apparently that's a form of harassment, I guess. I'm just stating my opinions on all of these things. Feel free to agree or disagree in any capacity, right? But ultimately, it's up to Valve, and I can't say whether or not I would be good for someone to pick shit for TF2, right? You have to appeal to as many people as possible, in my opinion. You have to pick stuff that is going to appeal to as wide of an audience as possible to entice them to open the case, right? That's like the ultimate goal for putting any of this shit in the game, is for Valve to make money at the end of the day, right? That's the only reason why they huck this stuff into the game still. But you gotta pick stuff that looks good, in my opinion, right? Like, if we're gonna have this stuff thrust in our face, it's gotta look like it fits in the game, and you just can't pick fucking this or seashells just slapped onto a player model. It's like, no one likes these things or uses these things. It appeals to so few people, except for the people that make the items themselves or people that don't even play the game. So yeah, it is unfortunate that it's dumb and sad even that I have to like dedicate so much time to just going through items because I'm personally fed up with how they're handling the game. Oh well. Oh well. Let's see what we got here. What is this? I don't even know what that is. I think this one speaks for itself, honestly. They took a Blender model and like a stock flame animation and just like put it on the TF2 mercs. I can't even, this is like a gag item. Like, oh my god, this is really, really bad. Like, is this bait? Do they do other forms of bait? They did this one too, where they're just on fire. I swear to God, if these people have a particle effect in game, I'm going to shit myself because, oh my, like, look at this shit that they make. Oh my god. Like, dude. We need item curation because Valve could just accidentally pick this. Oh my god. Jesus. Oh, here we go. Here's something that resembles a breath of fresh air. Thunderbolt. Another skin. See what we got here. Yeah. The green texture definitely leaves something to be desired. I feel like it's too busy. I'm a huge fan of like the bolted metal plates texture. I think that looks really cool, but it's too cluttered. The gradient paint stripes that are like doing like the painterly style, they're way too small. You really gotta simplify that shit. So let me kill my game real quick. Let me kill my game and get out of here. Let me open up VTF Edit so I can show you what I'm talking about here. Like the saving grace this war paint needs is a simplification of this green texture. What you can like shit, dude. Like a war paint that I contributed towards profile. Where's my workshop shit? Workshop. So me and my thumbnail guy recently made I didn't make this. I just made the concept for it. He made this war paint, which utilizes like the same idea of like metal plates. And this is a lot simpler, but it still kind of incorporates that painterly style, but the gradients patches are a lot bigger, right? And they don't look so detailed and cluttered and mashed together. So you really got to kind of make those paint swatches a little bit bigger. So let me just fire up what I'm talking about here so I can give you a more solid example. Materials and patterns, and we just want like a solid, say like solid orange, right? That's literally too big. Give me one that's not so annoying. Rust. Yeah, this will do. So you see how these patches are a lot bigger? Like, even if they just scaled up that green texture, it would make these painterly patches a lot bigger, and it wouldn't make this look so fucking busy, and, like, just scale up the texture in general. Like even the metal plates feel too small, and even the bolts feel really tiny. Just upscale the primary texture. The checkers are a little bit flat. I think I would appreciate those also having, like, some of that mottled texture painterly feel to them. That would help break these up a lot and not just have them be flat black and flat white. The weapons that do a checkered pattern very well are the ones that we have in game already. I'll just go ahead and pull those up again. Yeah, increasing the scale would be the play, absolutely. Yeah, just bump up the scale on that green texture, and I think it would be fine. Like, bump up the plates, and then bump up the actual paint swipe stripes a little, whatever you call those things. Bump those up in scale a little bit. So weapons that handle the checkerboard pattern pretty well, in my opinion, are the Corsair skins that we have in-game already. So see the black and how it's basically just a dark gray, and it's not this hyper-saturated black color. And you can see here, you have these little painterly details on top of that. So it helps break it up to not just be solid black or solid white, and they really mute down the saturation so they're not super bright in your face. Because flat black and flat white just do not belong in TF2, and they are very, very, very ugly against the pastel-y backdrop of TF2. So this is what you want to go for if you're working with black and white checker pattern. Yeah, it's a nice off-white. It's toned down, and it's not that. This is too bright. You gotta tone it down. That's how you gotta handle it, right? But yeah, upscale this, tone down the black and the white, and the yellow's fine. I like this as the bright element on there. This should be the bright element on there. It does break it up quite nicely. This almost looks brown, and maybe just have it be the same charcoal gray that is on the checkered pattern, so you have a bit more continuity between this, and you don't have a fourth color or fifth color that makes it look a little bit too much. Yeah, I think that would benefit from having some of that on there. And then, of course, like, look at this. Like, the instant you add some wear, it just looks better because you're breaking up that flat black and that flat white, and you're getting some char or some worn-out bits on there. That just looks better. This looks nice worn down, and that's also something you should maybe take into account when making skins, please, just because most of the things you unbox are not factory new. But yeah, definitely tweak this one. It needs more work, and then I think it'd be quite good. Yes. Yeah, like, dude, fucking battle-scarred? Like battle-scarred warbird skins, man? These look really good. Like, Warhawk Flamethrower? Look at that shit. Look at that. That looks fucking kick-ass. And you go to, like, the fucking grenade launcher? Holy God. That looks really cool. Like I even went out of my way to hunt down a, where's my Warhawk? Like, I got a, ooh. Like, I went out of my way to hunt down a specific pattern of a battle-scarred Warhawk grenade launcher that has extra char and burn marks on there, so it looks really beat the fuck up. I think this looks fucking cool, man. So, if you can make your wares add a lot more juiciness to your skin like this, you're working with something good. And that one has that. That last war paint is definitely in that territory. You just gotta work on the textures a little bit more, and then it'll be like chef's kiss, as the kids say. Let's see here. What else we got? We saw that already. Killer joke. People have been wanting my thoughts on this one because this has been a taunt that's been kind of like making the rounds. Yeah, I made a Mirako joke, right? She's missing all of her fucking limbs at this point. Rest in peace. Killer joke.
Classic.
So right away, I'm so happy that this is fast. I'm so happy that it's fast. The animation just starts and it's done. It's not like this 5.5 to 10 second emote, right? That you have to wait a year to finish and then you just die because someone like walks up to you and kills you. It's not another stupid, wacky vehicle or instrument taunt where they're just looping over and over again so they can show off an unusual effect. This is also actually a taunt. You're like if someone fucks up and dies, you can mock them with the bottom tis, you know, like that's actually funny. And like having that on a kill cam, it's like, fuck, dude, like that would, like this was actually a taunt and I can appreciate that. It's also fast, so you can dish out the taunt without having to worry about dying 7 seconds into whatever it is the fuck it is you're doing, right? And it's not a fucking like dumb miniature ambulance. And I saw like another taunt, it's like just a miniature car for heavy. Fuck off with these, dude. This I can appreciate. Like, yeah, put this in game. Like, if you're gonna give us any taunts, give us stuff like this. You can actually like belt it out as a taunt after you kill somebody. Like all the original classic taunts for the game. They're fast, they're sweet. They're like 3 to 5 second taunts at most. And now we have some that are like twice that length or always infinitely looping. So you can drive a stupid car around, you can play an instrument or what else have you, so you can show off unusual effects. It really does seem like there's been an oversaturation of looping unusual effects just so people, or looping taunts just so people can show off unusual effects. Watch the whole video. Oh yeah, it like each class has a different animation, which is also a nice touch. That's nice. Heavy knocks it over because he's too strong. Engineer, clever. I like it. Clever. Like it.
My professional opinion? You're dead.
Clever. I like it. What does Spy do?
I make it look easy.
Very good. I missed Pyro. Pyro acts like a mentally ill child. What did Soldier do? Throws the L like the classic taunt. Scout.
Classic.
Flips it. Like it. Like the baseball bat. I like it. I like that each animation touches on the personality of the mercenary. You got nice little nods to some classic taunts in there. Thank you. Winglet? Dude, seriously, thank you for making this. This is a breath of fresh fucking air compared to like items. Except like that is a breath of fresh fucking air compared to something like, I don't fucking know. What did we get in recent time? Compared to like can I just get it down to taunts, please? Can I do that? Where's the taunt? Of course it just does, like compared to this. Really? Like what the fuck? It's like that taunt is so great compared to this or fucking this. Really? God. Jesus. Anyway, moving on. Winglet also made the boat. Yeah, it's terrible. It's a shit taunt. It shouldn't have been added. Thank you for actually making a taunt that's good. All right. Here we go. We got more war paints, dude. Do we do more war paints? I'll do this collection next. Let's do something else that's shorter. This. My God. Oh my God. What the fuck, dude? Ew. What is this modeling job? Like, what is this? This looks like a pile of dung is just on top of Demo Man's head, and you can paint it for some reason. Is it meant to be hair? Is it meant to be a hat? What is it? Is it meant to be hair? Is it meant to be a hat? This looks like it was vomited out in like 5 minutes. Like, look at this, dude. This is so bad. What the fuck? Oh my God, that's horrible. Okay, it's a little much. It's a little much. It goes a little too far. It's a little much. It's a little over the top. The modeling work on that hat is just no. All around a huge. I don't even know what this is referencing. I don't even know what it's referencing, but that's just pretty. It's pretty bad. And it clips because of course, why wouldn't the new cosmetic clip? Okay, so I'm gonna take a quick break. I need to make some tea. I'm gonna make some tea, and yes, I'm gonna make some tea, and I'll be back in a few minutes. Okay? Because I'm gonna keep going for a little while. So give me a few minutes here. Also, I should mute my microphone. I should probably actually make this say, BRB. Let me change that, just in case, like, someone actually, like, thinks something's wrong. Let me, like... BRB... Okay. There we go. Anyway. BRB taking shit. BRB taking shit. Alright. Shall we continue? I got water boiling. It should be done in a few moments. Okay. Heat Wave collection. Already a big fat no to that one. I don't even need to look at it. Shoreline. You don't need the shells, dude. Like, I'm so tired of these little random elements that are slapped onto a texture to, like, embellish it. They're completely unnecessary. They're noisy. They just add clutter to the skin. They're just not needed. You don't need it. Also, it's all blue, and imagine this on a minigun, and it occluding a majority of the heavy's weapon model. Definitely needs a team variant. You just can't make a blue skin and think that's fine. You gotta incorporate it so it's team colored or at least neutral. And when it comes to water textures, this is definitely one of the better ones I've seen made as of late on the workshop. Most of them are just really shit. Honestly, the water texture is fine. Give it a team variant. Maybe you could, have it look like the ocean at sunset. Like, this is sunrise, where it's got like a nice light blue hue to it. And then maybe you can do one where it's like sunset, where it's like a nice yellow hue. Not piss. Maybe orange or something, or like slightly red or something, right? That could make, just give it a team color variant. Experiment with something. This texture looks fine. The sand, I mean, also when it comes to sand textures, it's reminiscent of TF2, but I would just get rid of the shells. I mean, overall, I'm really not a big fan of this one. I just like, look at that. Like that fucking random starfish just slapped in the middle of it is just ugly. It's ugly. I hate random sticker elements. Just gonna say no on that one in general. I really don't need to say what's wrong with this one. The color palette is just way too saturated, completely inappropriate for TF2, does not belong in the game. It's just a hot, mottled mess. If you're gonna work with colors like these, only have very small areas of a weapon model showing them off, and then have a lot of more muted colors toned down. Yes, this is indeed another CSGO skin that does not belong in Team Fortress 2. Or just don't use those colors at all. Conager Carbonated. I think this is meant to be root beer. Kind of looks like shit. It does look like shit. The brown is way too dark. I hate the random bubble elements. It just makes it look busy and cluttered. This lighter texture looks pretty good. The sticker is okay. It's not the best. The font isn't great. Again, if you're going to be working with stickers that have some kind of text on them, really try to emulate that, you know, like the fonts you see around the game on the other signage in TF2, and then that would look good, right? Like, this painted overlay helps it a lot because it kills off just how dark and saturated this brown is. The swirly elements are fine. I would just get rid of the bubbles and tweak the lightness on this so it's not so poopy color. Yeah, this one's also just needs a lot more work. It's not very good. Island Pua. Please tell me there's a team color. Thank God. Thank God. Thank God there's team color on this one. I hope they drew this leaf. Listen, I'm always so fucking skeptical. I'm always super skeptical whenever I see clip art war paints like this. Like, did they actually draw what they put on here? I'm going to assume they did for, you know, just for, you know, just to give them the benefit of the doubt. I'm, again, immediately skeptical. The black version, I really don't like. The light version is infinitely better. You have, here we go, here it is. It's that nice off-white. It's all drawn, thank God. Oh, hey, it's the creator. Okay, it's all drawn, thank you. Yeah, dude, the color on this one, you nailed the off-white. Like, if you're working with white, this is what you gotta do. Hang on, I gotta see. Yeah, so the color palette on this one is definitely the best I've seen so far. This is the best one so far, easily. This is the best one so far out of this set. Color palette is great. I think the pattern is just fine. Like, here's the thing. If you're gonna do a quote-unquote sticker pattern, try to do it like this, where it's, you know, it's a random orientation or a gridded orientation. But if you're gonna do a gridded orientation, you need more to it to help fill it out. That's why gridded sticker patterns like, say, hold on, I gotta go fucking look in the Warpaint viewer to give you an example here. So gridded sticker patterns like Quack Canvas, where are you, Quack Canvas, fucking piece of shit motherfucker, I hate this Warpaint. PQ. Like, gridded sticker patterns like this, I think, just really suck because you just have a lot of a flat color and then just a sticker pattern and there's just a lot of empty space, a lot of negative space. It's just pretty shit. So if you're gonna do a gridded pattern like this, you need to add more. Honestly, the only war paint that I can think of off the top of my head that handles this kind of well, actually, yeah, Anodized Aloha definitely does this the best. Let me go to the base war paint. Yeah, Anodized Aloha definitely does this the best. It is a gridded, repeated pattern, but you have a lot more coverage with the repeating stickers, so you don't have just massive empty spaces left over, right? And of course, the color palette on this one is spectacular, right? So I do appreciate how you handled this one. You approached it with that angle, and ultimately you made a texture that does genuinely look very good. And again, your color palettes for, I think, the lighter ones are very good. I love this reddish brown color against the off-white. This is really clean. I'm a big fan of this one. I think the black variant is a bit of a dud. I'm not a fan of this one. It's just ugly. I don't think this one's very good. Keep it the other way around, and you got something good here. Like, yeah, look at that. It's like a better what's it called? What's the other hibiscus one? What's the other hibiscus one? I don't remember. Shit. We got it in 2017, and I can't remember the name. Refresh my memory. What was the color palette on that one? Help me out here. Or the name of that one. What was it called? Why can't I? Bloom buffed. Thank you. Jesus. God almighty. Yeah, so honestly, yours is just a better bloom buffed, in my opinion. Like this one is so much better than bloom buffed. I'd like this one. I will favorite this one. I would hope to see this one in game, even though it is technically summer themed and we're supposed to get a non-themed update. I'm good with this one. The original color palette is horrible. This one isn't bad, but the mint green absolutely definitely leaves something to be desired. Yeah, and the white is very bright. I'm really glad you toned it down to that off-white. Honestly, maybe if you... Dude, go back. So go back, throw the off-white on these, and then see how that looks. Because the tan color looks good. Like this as a standalone war paint with the off-white could just be like another good standalone alternative that isn't team colored, you know? But the mint, I'm not a fan of. The mint kind of sucks. I'm not big on it. But yeah, definitely go back and experiment. Like, just go back but like do the same pattern work that you have on this one, but do it with the tan instead and see how that comes out, because that could look nice, I think. Thoughts on the new colors for my fuming danger effect? Oh yeah. Oh hey, yeah. That's right. Okay. I wanted to try the orange variant, but my computer's MB broke, so I can't yet. Okay, here we go. So this guy's kind of like working on a Breaking Bad-esque unusual effect. And personally, I'm kind of okay with this one. It's referencing a piece of external media, but it's effectively brought it into the stylization of TF2. You've got 3 different particle animations happening here. You have like this sunbeams effect, and then you have this gassy cloud, and then you have all the different elements flashing in the background. And it doesn't look too noisy, actually. And compared to like the other ones, the other iterations I've seen, this one is really, really good. I don't like the green. I forgot what I was telling you to do. Like, green is okay. Forgot what I apologize. I don't remember the exact advice I told you. Green is fine for blue team. I would like to see this as orange for red team. Like, if you're gonna do like a team colored version, I like the white. I'm a fan of white effects. We don't have many of them, and it's kind of underutilized. So I do appreciate this one. It's like blue. It's like blue, right? It's blue, but it's basically white with how this render looks. You know, if you're going for blue, definitely make it darker, so it's, you know, blue like the meth, right? It is meth in Breaking Bad, right? I haven't seen the show. It's some kind of a drug, but I don't remember which one. But if you're going for blue on this one, definitely make it darker. But the fact that it's white, I can also appreciate. Green, yeah, I think green. Now that I think about it more, green is fine. I'm not a fan of the fluorescent purple. Orange, I think, would be killer. If you could do orange for like a red-blue variant, that would be killer. I'd love to see that. Yeah, sorry, I'm not done with the collection yet. Sorry. I didn't finish. Oil rigged, my bad. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we were looking at this one in a Discord earlier. I like this one. So, okay, so we have, there's layers to this one, all right? So literal layers, but layers in the fact that it's referencing Operation Oil Spill, which is an NBM campaign. So, that's clever. I like how you handled a silver metal on this. It is bright. It does look like silver, and it's shiny. Like it has that nice bright look, but it's not super hideous and in your face. I really enjoy that. I am also personally a huge fan of tread plate. I think tread plate textures are heavily underutilized, and I am a big fan of skins like the tread plate Tormentor. I love this skin to death, honestly. I think that kind of a metal texture has a more than welcome place inside of TF2. So I'm very happy to see this. Oh, excuse me. I'm very happy to see this. And the sticker looks great. You know why? Because it's very dark and it has a very strong contrast against all of the brighter textures without it being too overly saturated or gaudy. And it absolutely looks like a TF2 sticker with the painterly style. And I love that so much. Okay, next order of business is the rest of the color palette. I fear you may need a team color variation on this. I think this is going to look really weird on blue team. Are there team colors for this, or am I blind? No, that doesn't seem like there is. I would absolutely make this a team colored war paint, do a blue variant for this one, for sure. That would look good, and then of course add like a bluish tinge to the tread plate as well. That could help for a blue. Like, some experimentation will work to kind of keep the colors bright while also still preserving a bluish hue. Because the silver itself's already pretty blue, and then if you do blue and then more blue, it might be too much blue. So you might need some experimentation. But the custom oil spill wear. I wish I could see the texture you're using as the oil spill, because with like minor amounts of wear on this, it's a little bit dark. It's a little bit dark. Like almost to the point where, at least with your showcases, it looks like void space. Is the background of your showcases just the oil texture you used? Is it? It might be. But yeah, it looks really dark to the point where it's like void space almost. The splatter, like I like the pattern itself, like the splatters and what have you look nice, but I think it's too dark. It needs to be brightened up a little bit down to like a light gray, and that'll help because I think the contrast is a little bit too strong. Do we have a skin in game that incorporates the agricultural aspect of red and the industrial aspect of blue? That'd be pretty cool. Sadly, no, we don't have many war paints that do that. Like the original collections of war paints that we got are, you know, they utilize a lot of existing TF2 textures, and they do definitely play onto the, you know, environments that the maps have. But you either have skins that are, you know, purely agriculture. I have a custom texture in there still, my bad. But you have skins that are purely agriculture or like purely industrial, and there's no like team varying skin that gives you like a little bit of the best of both worlds. That would be something cool that someone could do. That's a nice concept or idea that someone could toy with for another future contribution on the workshop. Definitely do something like that. I think that'd be very cool. Let's see. Yes. It's still very hot. Ow. Yeah. Yeah, do a team color on this, and I would tweak. The oil texture needs a little more work. A little bit. Wait, hold on. Who's the guy who's... I lost track. Never mind, I'm stupid. What did I just do? Can I have my stream manager back, please? There we go. Oopsie, oopsie. Yes, anyways. Alright, so there's that one. Pyramid plated. I've seen so many war paints try this concept, dude, and like none of them get it right. And also, yeah, do showcases of it in the game. I forgot to mention that. Yeah, thank you for pointing that out. Please do showcases of it in game. I'd like to see how it looks on inspect animation. That will also give us a much better idea as to how that custom wear looks against like the backdrop of like, you know, a lot of different maps. That will also help like get a better gauge on how bad the saturation is, because of the fact you have it juxtaposed against like that same saturated texture. That might not be helping its case. So with like actual in-game screenshots, it'll help it out a lot to give us a better idea as to how saturated it actually is. I'm not a fan of this one. Like I've seen so many pyramid sandstone texture war paints. This one's okay. The stony texture is all right. So, I mean, it needs to be upscaled. The brick texture is too small. It's a nice basic war paint. You know, it's like a piece of white bread without any butter on it. Like if they tossed it in game, it's, you know, I wouldn't be offended. I definitely think you need to upscale this a little bit. It needs something. It needs maybe a tertiary texture, like a metal or like a dark gray, to kind of help balance things out. So maybe go to a different base. Yeah, go to a different base. and incorporate like a dark gray or like a dark metal texture of some kind to help kind of break up all of the brown and the tan on here. Because with just like a tan and then like a light brown almost to just dark tan color, it doesn't have enough pop. There's not enough going on with this to like really make it look really cool. So yeah, I would add another texture on there. Go with a base that has 3 textures and put like a dark gray or something, and that would definitely improve this war paint. Yeah, so overall, Island Poix is the best one out of this collection by far. I'd like to see this one in game. I would actually use this. It's pretty good. Do we have like a minigun screenshot? I want to see this on a minigun, dude. Can I see this on a minigun? Be great. Like, just specifically for me. Specifically for me, when you do your screen, like you do your showcases, put them on a minigun because I think it looks really cool. Anyway, what about Civil Servant? Doesn't that kind of show the difference between red and blue? A little bit, I guess. Let me check. Yeah, is it Civil Servant or Civic Duty? Part 2. Ah, yes, you're absolutely right. Yeah, so this one definitely shows that contrast between the industrial and the agricultural of red and blue. Thank you, Zyth, for pointing that out. I completely forgot about this one. So let's just go to the base war paint here so I can kind of exemplify the textures better. Yeah, so like you have the, you know, agricultural textures with like the slatted metal roof and then like the concrete wall and floor of a barn. And then you have the more industrial colors and also like another like concrete texture with tiles on here. So yeah, this plays on that idea quite nicely of industrial to agricultural. And I think it's a very underutilized idea that could make for some really cool skins. Or even other cosmetics. It's kind of a shame, right? It is a little bit of a shame that so many cosmetics kind of like try to make a new thing entirely instead of playing on a lot of existing themes that are inside the game, right? Like you could make an entire collection of cosmetics that are based around red and blue team, or like the companies that the mercenaries have been hired to work for, right? You could have a lot of industrial themed cosmetics and a lot of agricultural themed cosmetics in some capacity, right? It's a shame that not enough people kind of tap into that. And like people, like creators think hat, they think, oh, cowboy hat or top hat, or an ascot for spy, right? Like something neutral and not really kind of tying into a lot of the elements that would like play nicely with the tone of the game. And like I'm gonna bring up this conversation I had with somebody else before again, where I had a conversation with a guy who made like the medallions or the medals that Soldier apparently made for himself. Like if you go read his bio on the website, right? Hold on, you gotta just go to teamfortress.com. And then you like click on the soldier. You know, like if you just read his bio, awarded several medals that he designed and made himself. And some guy went out of his way and like made that cosmetic back in like 2012 is when he made this, right? It's like not enough people make cosmetics that are like define who the characters are. And it's kind of a shame. They just like you go to the workshop and then you like the first fucking hat I see, right? The first fucking hat I see is just like a summer straw hat. It's like, what about this is pyro? You know, it's like, oh, just give the pyro a fucking summer hat, you know? Or you go to like the next hat we see. Oh, there are so few hats right now. What's going on? Ascot for spy we covered, shitty beard. It's like, okay, give him a shitty Viking helmet, a shitty Viking helmet for some reason. Why don't we have like more Russian themed things or things that like tie into who the heavy is, right? We need more of these things in the game, right? Like, what is this? What is this steaming pile? It's just a shitty volcano hat. Like, they took an existing spy hat model. Like, this looks like the hat of cards, right? This is another fedora, except it's a fucking shitty volcano. Like, who the fuck thinks this is a good hat? This is what people make. And there's so many underutilized concepts and ideas that are tied with the game itself that people could really tap into. It's just, it sucks. No, stop it. Why? No one will use this. Another random object on a merc's head. No one will use this. It's shit. And of course you can paint it, right? I don't know. I'm just like, I just feel pain. I just feel pain. I feel a lot of pain. I feel so much pain going through the workshop right now. Just scrolling. This is so much pain. Like, this looks okay. Please don't tell me there's like a bunch of recolors. You know, it's like, okay, thank God, thank you, thank fuck. It's just red. Thank God. Like, thank God they just kept it red and blue. Thank you. Like, is there other iterations that like fuck this over? No, it's just red and blue. Thank fuck. Like this is fine. This is fine. Engineer's an engineer. He's working at an engineering firm, so he's got a shirt and tie and a name tag. Fine. Like this. Like, that's okay. Paintable ties, I mean, like, truth be told, it's a tiny element on the overall player model. It's like, that's fine, right? It's not the whole fucking shirt. Like having only the little tie and name tag be paintable, fine. It's not the whole fucking shirt, and it's not the fucking stripes, which I've seen before. Oof. Alright, what else we got? A war. Okay, this is just a modification to make the bat war paintable. I mean, sure, for some reason they made the fish have war paints. So, I mean, I guess, why not the bat? But a lot of skins translate really poorly onto the bat. A lot of these look really bad. Like, the scaling is shit. Ooh, like, what is that, dude? Oh my God. Ew. A lot of these look really bad, but... Yeah, it kind of... Maybe this is why they didn't do it on the baseball bat, because it kind of looks like ass. Maybe that's why they did the fish. Oof. Yeah. It's a good thing that they stopped listen, they should have kept the original number of paintable skins to the original 14 weapon models at the end of Tough Break. As soon as they bumped it to 44, there are just some weapon models that shouldn't have a skin. Back Scratcher, Fish, Winger, and yeah, the fish just looks, like, looking at all of these, just like the fish looks better with a lot of these war pieces. I can't. It just, that looks really bad. Yeah. What do we got? Fixed medigun beams. What did it look like before? Was it jank before? I don't remember what it looked like before. Oh, so after. Oh, okay. Oh yeah, because it detaches. All right. More community fixes like this, Valve. That would be great. Even though they're small, little cosmetic changes, I am totally fine with that. Please, by all means, huck more stuff like this in. That'd be great. Why not? It doesn't impact gameplay at all. It just makes the game look a little bit better. Fine. All right, what else we got? Deadshot Duster, an engineer set, it seems. That's a lot. I mean... Okay, I've expressed my opinions before on item sets that, like, go too far. It's like you're trying to make an entirely new character. You're not preserving enough of what makes the engineer, and you've basically made an entirely new character that uses the engineer's model as a base. This is another example of one of those item sets that just goes way too far. Again, it looks fine, it looks great, it's well made, but this is just not the engineer. Like, this goes way, way far beyond what any set of cosmetic items should do. You gotta preserve the fucking character models to some extent. It goes too far. Like, I just gotta say no. I just gotta say no. I'm sorry. Granted, why doesn't the engineer have a 6-shooter as a weapon? That just makes sense. He's a fucking Texan, you know? No, yeah, it's a nice showcase of the creator's skills. Sure, they can flex all the creative prowess they want, but you gotta make stuff that's appropriate for the game, and I don't think this is appropriate. Again, well made, it looks cool, but it's not for TF2. Oh, it's a big iron joke, of course. Why wouldn't it be a big iron joke? Yeah, this goes a little too far, in my opinion. Feel free to disagree, but I think it's too much. few links left. Skybreaker? Skybreaker. I mean, it's okay. Yeah. Yeah, for a camo skin, it's pretty good. It's alright. I don't like the sticker. I think the sticker is kind of funky. I think these lines are way too thin. Like look how thin these lines are, and you look how broken up and nearly invisible they are on these screen caps. Like, you gotta tweak the sticker a little bit. A lot of these details are way too small. Bump it up a little bit. But yeah, the camo textures are fine. The colors are fine. That sticky bomb launcher looks really good, dude. It's a little busy. Yeah, this one might be... Yeah, this one is suffering a little bit from the same problem as the previous one, where the primary texture has a lot of small details, and because of how scaling gets fucked, it makes it look a little bit too busy, because you have a lot of... You have like, too many small details kind of being crushed down into, like, a small area, and so it just makes it look really fucked. And so, like, look at the sticker. You don't even see, like, the strings on the parachute in some of these screenshots. So you really gotta adjust the sticker. Or, honestly, just remove it entirely. I don't really think it's necessary. But if you want to incorporate it and leave it on there, maybe don't have a skull and a parachute. Or maybe just have just the parachute. Or tweak it so, like, the skull is bigger, parachute's the same size, and then thicken the lines on the rope so it fills out a little bit more of that yellow space, but still gives enough of the black and the yellow, so they have that nice pop of the contrast of the sticker. That would look nice. And also, like, the small yellow details on the rest of this help break up the skin enough where it's not just solid green. I think that's my favorite part about this skin, is these nice orange elements that help break up the amount of green. So that's nice. This is like a better Backwoods Boomstick, or rather a better Night Owl Mark II. You look at Night Owl Mark II, dude. It's like, or not Night Owl, Woodsy Widowmaker, sorry, I couldn't remember the right name. Woodsy Widowmaker. It's just a better version of Woodsy Widowmaker, because, like, the yellow is a bit more on the gold side, the green is darker. It's not baby shit green, and, the gray element is just like a solid color and not like an additional camo pattern, so it's like, it contrasts nicely against the camo. This is a much nicer color palette and makes for, like, a much nicer Woodsy Widowmaker Mark II. I like this one. I will say yes, but tweak the sticker. Got a few more links here. If you guys got any more links, then keep shooting some stuff my way. Keep shooting some stuff my way. Oh, I might have so many DMs. Jesus. One sec. Anything workshop related here? Nope, nothing I can see that's workshop related. Nothing important anyway. Anyways, moving on. All right, a few more links here. Give me this, give me this, give me this, and give me this. Okay, that's a few more. No. Jesus Christ, what the fuck are you doing? This is a big hulking mass on Heavy's body. Is this a wolf? Is this a bear? What the fuck am I looking at? This is really ugly, and it's just, no. No. Also, paintable, because why not? I'm assuming this is paintable. There's not even like a fucking description. It's just ass. It's dog shit. Terrible. Oh, Island Pois. Oh, dude, just like fucking. Come on. Look at that. Yeah, that's good. I'll take it. Do you take cash? I'm gonna bookmark this skin. Did I bookmark that? Where's the fucking link to that? I don't have the link anymore. Post the link to that war paint again so I can bookmark it, please. Oh, actually, I'm stupid. I can just go to my favorites, can't I? I'm stupid. Favorites. I am a moron. I will bookmark this one if I do a showcase. I'll put it in summer update. Summer update. There we go. Moving on. I saw Ruined already. Solar light. It's just a halo around the head. Can I see how it looks in game? Not a fan, honestly. It's, I don't know, it's... I don't like it. It's... How do I put this? It just looks like a... It just looks like a big disc around the head. Like, we have other halo effects in the game that are like a halo above the head, and those just genuinely look better. This is like a big, huge circular ring around the head. I mean... I think the size is the problem. It's pretty fucking big. Scale it down a little bit, maybe. And maybe get rid of, like, the background glow and then just have the ring, maybe? I don't know. I'm not sold on this one. I think it needs some tweaks. What could you do? What could you do? What could you do? What could you do? Maybe instead of like a static glow in the background, maybe try to make an animation that looks like sunbeams, but not that just isn't sunbeams, right? But like get something that's like a moving rays of light a little bit, and then have the halo around it, and then give the halo maybe like... Actually, yeah, maybe do that, and then shrink down the size of the halo a little bit more, and then see how that works. Like, I'm a fan of the concept. I would not mind having like a halo effect in the game, like another one beyond like the Ring of Fire and the lightning one that we got in Halloween of some year that I can't remember. I'd like to see more of those, and like we have like Ancient Codex and Galactic Codex, which are effectively halos, but they're like digital texts that look like shit. So like a static halo that's actually around the head could be pretty nifty, but it needs a little something. Is the ring too... I think the thickness of the ring is fine. I think it just needs some motion. It needs a little motion. Like, yeah, it's an unusual effect. You got to have a little motion. Yeah, I think something that looks like some... Or maybe even just keep it as is, drop the size a little bit, and then on top of that, add some rays of light on top of what you just have now, and then shrink the size a bit. What you could do is, if you make the rays of light, the sun rays, bigger than the diameter of the halo, that might look better. So you can have the rays of light going out past it, and then have the ring on the inside. Maybe play around with the size of the length of the rays of light, the sun rays, and the diameter of the halo. I think it might look better if it was like... Hold on, I'll just draw it, because I can draw it. Fucking MS Paint in like 2 seconds, dude. Like here's the halo, and then just have the rays of light that like extend out beyond it a little bit, you know? But then just like normal sunbeams, like they grow and extend, you know, and kind of move around as they do. Maybe that would look better. And then of course like tweak the size of the ring itself until you find something that looks pretty good. Because like if you just have like all the rays of light on the all the rays of light just on the all the rays of light like on the inside diameter, it's just gonna kind of look like a pizza. So yeah, it would just kind of look like a pizza. Yeah, more like a saintliness. You can just look at like a saint's halo. Yeah, see, where you have like the circular part, not quite this exaggerated, but you know, like the circular part, and then have the rays extending out beyond it. Very classic, you know, like I took an art course like 8 years ago and I at one point in the past could tell you like what era and what style of painting this is, but I for the life of me cannot remember. But yeah, so like rays extending out past the ring, and it could work. tweak things. Tweak things. This is my unusual effect concept from earlier. I might remove the fleas. I don't know, man. I'm not a fan of orbiting clip art war paints or like clip art bomb war paints. Tell you what, maybe do this instead. This is kind of turning your concept on its head a little bit, but the thought just snapped to mind right now. So feel free to, you know, do with this as you please. Or just don't, or just ignore it completely. But maybe have like a dark gray cloud, and then behind it have the sun, but it's like really, really dull. Like it's a very, very dull glow. Like it's behind storm clouds, like it's eerie, like you have like a sickly air, and then have like little flies buzzing around it, right? Some are like little fleas, like little elements, or like dust or ash kind of flying around it. So it's like you're walking into the environment of like a town that's been claimed by the plague, and they're burning the homes and they're burning the bodies. You have like the ash particles and flies in the air, and it's a gray, miserable day, and the sun is covered by this dark, ghastly cloud. Maybe something along those lines could be cool for like the Ucernia pestis, however you say it, kind of style with the blighted beak. It's a little bit too specific, where it would only look good on the blighted beak, and because you can't unbox any new effects on the blighted beak, you couldn't get it with the blighted beak anyway. So but if you want to stick with the idea of like a plague theme, maybe something like that could work, because I think that unusual effects that are just orbiting pieces of clip art and still images like this, they're really overdone. Most people don't like these, and yeah, it would definitely be a lot more dynamic and not just like little pictures bobbing around the head. So, I don't know. That's just me. That's just me. If you want to go for like a pestilence. And if you're doing like pestilence penumbra, I mean, that's just reminiscent of an eclipse, right? So you could just do like a solar eclipse. Yeah, just like like someone said it in chat. Do a solar eclipse, right? Do a solar eclipse where you have the glow coming around the moon, right? Behind some dark ashy cloud, and then have some like fucking gnats or ash particles kind of around that. Could be something. But I like the idea of doing like a pestilence theme. That could be cool. Human wrecking ball. It's very chunky. It's very chunky. Ew. Give me like a big image. Why are there no big pictures of Demo Man? I need to compare. Give me a moment. I need to compare. I think this in the front is too big. Like this is a giant chunky thing that is it's a bit too it's just yeah, I don't like this. You got a bunch of random shapes and objects just all hucked onto the Demo Man's player model. We already have this hat for Engineer and concepts like this for the Engineer, except you just slap them on Demo Man for some reason. Like, I guess the idea, it's like a bomb defusal set, but we already have bomb defusal sets in-game with, like, the vest with the blast collar and the blast helmet that look so much better. And this is just big, blocky, gray blocks. Apologies for that. With just a bunch of random tools haphazardly slapped all over his player model. I'm really not a fan of this one, honestly. Comic cool? What am I looking at? So hard pass. Okay, so my biggest gripe is you cannot incorporate cartoon or comic booky or other art styles into TF2 and put them on a war paint or put them in an unusual effect or have them as a hat, because TF2 is an extremely stylized game, and when you put another cartoony style on top of that, the juxtaposition of those two things just makes whatever you put on there really, really ugly. And it just sticks out like a sore thumb and looks bad. So this is another example of that, where they take like the comic booky style, slap it on a war paint, and then call it a day, right? Bonk Atomic Punch it fits reasonably well with the game, in my opinion, and it's kind of meshes with the style, but like, if you're gonna do a comic book style, yeah, make it match like what Bonk's got going on. But you don't have halftone, right? You don't see halftone patterns anywhere, and this has tons, and that is nowhere in TF2 and looks really bad. The texture work is also very amateurish. The color palette definitely leaves something to be desired. Brown, this would definitely benefit from just being red and not brown and yellow. This gray is too light. The halftones are ugly and make it too busy. I don't know. It's just not very good. It definitely needs some work, and again, just like having a bunch of random sticker elements all over your texture makes for an unnecessarily cluttered and busy composition that just doesn't look very good in a game where that most of everything is comprised of big patches of single colors kind of all put together and not like a whole bunch of small elements layered on top of each other, right? So can any cartoon be in a TF2 universe? Like if Scout watches TV and there's some cartoons on TV, what would it be like? I mean, it would be reminiscent of what you would see, I guess, in TF2. It's hard to say. Honestly, it's hard to say, because that would then... That's asking to put another cartoon style inside of TF2, and I don't think it would look very good. So the only thing I can think of is like the Aperture Science cartoony little people. Something like that might look cool. Go with that, maybe? And also shit. Please tell me I've Googled the right thing. Like this. Ooh. This. Here we go. Like, kind of like the classic TF2 weapon advertisements, right? This has that, I forget the artist's name that TF2's stylization is heavily based off of. This kind of thing. Like, if you're gonna go and adopt, like, a comic booky style, maybe go with something like this, right? Because it's something that's been used in TF2 assets before, it meshes relatively well with the game's overall aesthetic, and it still, you know, has an air of TF2 about it, right? Like something you'd see in a newspaper. So that could work. Is it JC Leyendecker? JC Leyendecker. Yeah, you know, if that's what I'm thinking of, then yeah, this could work. Cartoony cartoons would literally be realistic in TF2's universe. I mean, you're not wrong. It's hard to do. It's a really hard idea to work with and a really hard idea to get correct, and I've yet to see someone handle it correctly. Like, I've seen a lot of people try to incorporate other cartoony styles into the game, like that 1920s black and white cartoon style, and it's just not very good looking. Yeah. So, is it Norman Rockwell? I honestly have no idea. Norman Rockwell. Yeah, I guess it is Norman Rockwell, isn't it? Granted, heavily detailed, but I mean, yeah. Yes. Yes. All right, up next, what do we got? Slitherer. It's not bad. It's not bad. Very reminiscent of Mosaic, for those of you familiar. Very reminiscent of the Mosaic Warpaint. It's hard to get geometric patterns like this right in TF2. because this just isn't something you see around the game at all, right? And if you're gonna do it, you gotta keep it simple and stick with one shape. And triangles, I mean, it seems to work, because personally, I think this one works quite well as a TF2 skin. And this one here plays off of a similar design where it's just diamonds, right? The color palette, in my opinion, is phenomenal. I think it's great. Scales, though. Scales are good. You know what's funny? I think this war paint might benefit from scaling down the texture a little bit. Not the stripes, but the scale pattern itself. Like, if the scales were smaller, but the size of the color blocks was the same, could work better. Because, again, it's really hard to get scales to look right. And Dragon Slayer kind of achieves that. But note that they're kind of smaller here. So, like, if, like you see how it's 1 diamond wide? Make that 2 diamonds wide. You see what I'm saying? Could work. Here are specific promos for Island Pois. Oh, yeah, dude. See, like, if you're doing showcases and shit, this is what I'm talking about. Get good screenshots with, you know, something of a TF2 map in the background. Like, look at that. Look at that. Dude. This is simultaneously advertising how your skin looks in the game, and it looks great. Good shit. Yeah, that's a good example of a weapon showcase. Good stuff. This one does it too. This one does it too. It takes screenshots of the skins on a map like this. This is exactly what you need to do, because it perfectly advertises how your skin looks. 10 out of 10. Please always do this. But he also, like, if he wants to show off the individual weapons, he blurs the background. That still preserves the colors that are going to be against it, right? It does model how the textures will look against it. That does detract from that, but it still at least kind of preserves the colors. But the fact he also incorporated, like, actual in-game screenshots, 10 out of 10. Also, yeah, he went on Manworks, didn't he? When was the last time y'all were on Manworks? Been a while for me. I like it. I like it. I think they could... Again, I think they could tweak... Also, another thing. Didn't notice this until just now. The secondary texture, the black, doesn't need the scales. Just make that solid black with, you know, like this. Like, just make it this gray. Hold on. Just make it this. Patterns. Charcoal? Charcoal? Just make it that. Like, it doesn't need the scales on the black texture, in my opinion. Just make it look like this, and then that's fine, because it'll break up the busyness of the scale texture, especially if they opt to scale it down a bit. Even as it is now, it'll help break up the busyness a bit. Like, the lines aren't nearly as defined on this texture, but I think it would absolutely help it for sure. Huge pet peeve of mine, please stop making single class cosmetics all class. I'm really tired of it. It just takes away from... It's a pet peeve of mine. Yeah, I know some people like having the hat available for all classes, but then it makes the hat that we have in game already just lose all of its charm. Like the undercover Broly that came out in summer last year, I think. That's just the umbrella hat that was originally for just heavy. Now it's for everybody now, and no one fucking uses it. And honestly, the Breaking Bad mustache already looked completely fine on just Engineer. It didn't need to be made into an all-class item. Just a pet peeve of mine. I don't think it's necessary. Just keep it for Engineer, and it's totally okay, right? And then the argument comes into play like, well, yeah, but now you can have an old hat, but with new unusual effects. It is a bit of a shame that you have to remake an old hat in order to get new unusual effects, so it's inside of the newer cosmetic cases. That blows. But it still takes away from the charm the old hats have, and I'm not a big fan of doing that. So, again, just me. Not a fan of that. Also, paintable beard, because why not, right? I don't think it's necessary. Rip into this. I mean, it's not bad. It's just, it's not good. I mean, listen, I've seen far worse unusual effects on the workshop. This isn't one of them. It's okay. I like the colors. It's, you know, subtle enough, right? It's not like it's not super hyper neon in your face. This isn't terrible. Like I actually like this kind of tannish hue. You know me, I'm a big sucker for neutral colors. But I mean, it's not bad, honestly. I actually like it. I like it. I like this one. I honestly can't find anything too wrong with it. I think it's fine. Big fan from YouTube. Hello. I'm glad you enjoy my content. Desert Duster. Let's see what this is about. We have a bandana, naturally paintable, because why the fuck not? Does it need to be paintable? No, it doesn't. I'm so tired of it. I'm tired of it. Doesn't need to be paintable. It looks totally fine. Obviously, you can make some good looking loadouts with this. Makes the shirt plaid, fine, but keeps most of the color intact. I'm okay with it. Yeah, this is fine. But it doesn't need to be paintable. Another pet peeve of mine. Stop. Stop. You don't need to have your fucking hat be pink. Why are TF2 skins so trash? Because they are piss easy to make. All you need are 2 square textures, even just one. You need a single square texture at minimum. You could just fucking turn on. I don't know. Oops. I clicked Premiere instead of fucking Photoshop. Here. I'll make a war paint right now for all of you on the fly. A Valve approved war paint right now. Except not Premiere. Let me close that. Photoshop. Here, I'll make a Valve approved war paint for you right now, guys. I opened fucking Premiere. I gotta make another rage video. Oh, he's fucking mad again. Oh, Zesty's being mean. He's harassing people. He's speaking his mind again. Get that fucker to shut up. I can't handle it anymore. He made fun of my fucking hat. Do I have a custom one? Let's do this. Do like 500 by 500, just so it doesn't lag the shit out of my computer. Create. Okay, so I'll do gradient tool, and then we will do a gradient, and then I will do a square. Give me a square, and we'll make it. Let's make it blue. No, let's do. What's a pretty color? Let's do like a nice tan blue. Let's do like, yeah, do like that. And now I'm gonna bust out the eraser. And what shape do we want? What's a good shape? Let's just do fucking. I don't know. It's like a really good. Nice fucking, oh yes, fucking do that, dude. Just like boom, 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 boom. Oh, so good, oh, delicious. Oh, yes. File, export, save for web, save, desktop, anal, sex. We're done. We made a Valve-approved quality war paint in about a minute. That's why war paints are shit. Because they're piss easy to make, people can vomit them on the workshop, and there is zero quality control. That's why shit like this gets in game. Like, come on. Oh, Zesty's just mad because, just because he is. Does anyone else not see this as a fucking problem? Hello? Oh, drives me insane. Anyway. Let's see what else we got. Yes, Jonty's CSGO sniper loadout, which, I mean, sure. Didn't I already go through this? I think I did. I already went through this on stream, dude. Yeah, I already went through this. It's a good set. I like it. It's cool. Each individual cosmetic can be matched with a bunch of other cosmetics to make cool loadouts, and it's like a nice nod to CSGO. So, I mean, yeah, it just looks good. It's a good item set. I like it. Preserves team colorization. It's nice. Good. I say 8 out of 10. The only thing I don't like about it is I'm not a fan of the pattern on the shirt. But beyond that, I think it's okay. What else we got? What is this? It's a fucking... No. Haha, it's a nod to FemSpy, except we're just gonna put it on Spy. It's kind of creepy. I'm not a fan. No thank you. Wouldn't be very good for the game, in my opinion. What else? What else? What else? We saw Desert Duster already. Oh, Desert Duster already. Mankiewicz. So a buddy of mine's working on this one. He's trying to get a watercolor style into TF2. I don't like this. I think the mint green looks really bad. I really think this just should be a light blue and not a mint green, and I'm not a fan of that. The pink it's okay. And here's the problem, right? It's like TF2's style is not a watercolor style. So if you juxtapose watercolor against a painterly style, it's not going to look very good. It's not the right way to do it. And the colors are okay. I'm just not a fan of the pink, and I'm not a fan of the mint green, dude. I definitely go for a light blue on this. And for the pink, shit, dude, I don't know. Just not pink. It still needs work. I mean, I appreciate you trying to kind of angle a watercolor style into the game, but it doesn't look right, in my opinion. It doesn't look right. It's a little on the nose, wouldn't you say? It's a little much. Begging me to re-review this. I'll get to that in a minute. It's just another all-class hat, except it's a sex kink hat. Yay. It kind of looks like shit too. The modeling job is kind of ass. The chain on the front looks bad. I think it would just be a better hat without the chain. I'm just gonna say no. I'm not. It speaks for itself. It speaks for itself. Okay, so Pwned wants me to review this one. We'll take a look. Truncated. So you made some tweaks on it, and already I think the sticker looks a little bit better. I still just don't like the sticker, dude. It doesn't even need it. Like, honestly, what you could do is just find a way to incorporate more of the gold on here. So you don't need the sticker. I still don't like it. It just looks odd. The beveled edge, it just doesn't really work. But the texture works better. The color palette, like the colors and textures are a lot better now, and I think this is looking a lot more solid. Custom wear, I think it would be better if it's already a pretty busy skin. Like, you already have 3 different textures kind of all working against each other, and then because you wear down to like another worn out leather texture, it makes it too busy. So perhaps it can wear to a darker color. Like, just have it wear to like dark gray instead. That would probably look a lot better. Or like a dark brown, so it looks like a bit more worn out. Or like a light brown, because like when you beat up leather, it looks like lighter in color. So that could work. I mean, it's not bad. Like, not bad overall. Like, this is better than the first version, I believe. But I just don't. The sticker is like the biggest thing for me. I just really don't. I'm not a fan of it. I'm not huge. Oh wait, shit. Hold on. I gotta. Hold on a moment. Hang on, I gotta handle this now. It's a bit of an urgent thing for work. Okay. So I gotta cut it there. I got an important email that I need to address and other things. Okay, so that's 3 hours and 16 minutes. I deem that as sufficient. I deem that as a sufficiently long stream to make up for the fact that this is gonna be like the final workshop review stream before the deadline comes on the summer update. So we're gonna call it there. So yeah, thanks for all showing out. We hammered through a lot of stuff today, so good stuff. Yeah, post maps. If you have map links, dump them in the chat right now, and I will throw them into this folder. Let me just like let me clear these out. Is there a way to remove? Oh, actually, I'll just fucking bookmark. I'll just bookmark more. more as they come. So give me map links. Give me map links, and I will bookmark them into maps. Done. I think we tried this one before, but I'm not sure, but I'll bookmark it anyway. Done. Bookmark, done. Bookmark, done. We played this one last time. Very fun. Very fun. If you like Saxton Hale, that's a fun map. Brew. Bookmark. Endeavor, subscribe. Thanks, man. Much appreciated. Pathway. Bookmark. Did I grab this one? Street? Is this pastime? What the fuck is this? Oh, it's player destruction. Interesting. I'm a fan of player destruction. Let's see what that's about. Dry rock. Read that as dry cock because my brain is in the gutter. Alright, I'll grab a couple more because we just have limited time for reviewing shit on Aaron's stream. I already have that one bookmarked from last time. Yeah, I think that's enough. Alright, well, we'll cut it off there. That's like 8 maps or something like that. So that's good. That's good. And, yeah, so thank you all for chilling out today. Thanks for hanging. Thanks for chilling. We got through a lot of stuff today. Fingers crossed that the update's not going to be shit. I have my doubts. You know me. Have my doubts and my gripes and frustrations with this fucking company. So just, oh God, I don't know. Sucks. It sucks, but I don't know. Yeah, we all have our doubts, dude. We've all got our doubts. Fingers crossed we actually get something good, but I'm not holding my breath. We will see. So yeah, thanks for all the follows today. Thanks for the subs and all the other jazzmatazz. Thanks for the interactions. Thank you for bringing all the links. Like, I mean, you guys make these streams happen, by the way, because you like send me all the stuff to look at. And Coyote is raiding me. Uh-oh. Well, Coyote's raiding me, and I was gonna raid her, but now I'm ending the stream, so that's really shit timing. So, uh-oh. Hi, Coyote. Spamming boob in the chat, of course. Hi, everybody. You unfortunately got to me at like the wrong time. Is there anybody else I can like raid? Let me just like let me see if there's like someone else that I know that I can raid. Oh, Harold, Alexander Harold is doing MVM. He's someone I know. Anybody else that I'm familiar with? Nope, he seems to be the only person. Yeah, so I'm gonna raid Alex now. So, raid the top streamer? No, I mean, actually, no, I'm not. I lied. I'm not gonna raid anybody because here like the problem is when you raid somebody, people view that as like a public endorsement of that person's stream, and I've never watched Alex's streams before, so I don't know how he composes himself. And so if I suddenly raid him and he like drops a hard R, it's like Zesty's the racer. You know, you just gotta be careful. So. So go watch whoever you want to watch. I was gonna raid Coyote, but she raided me. Thank you, by the way. Yeah, so go watch whoever you want to watch. Take care. Don't know what's coming next. And yeah, I'll see you guys later. So have a good one. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you next time.